What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Scoundrel Gaming Podcast. We're going to episode 1. What's up, guys? This is What's Up, What's Up. Sorry, give me 1 second here. I don't even have my itinerary open.
This is What's Up, What's Up? Coming at you live from What's Up.
What the fuck? Hi.
A little badink.
Oh, there it is. Welcome, Scallywags, to episode 1 of Scoundrel Gaming Podcast. I am Skibby, your host, alongside Ignorant Sloth, which is over here, I think. Wait, over here. And then we got Sweetsma, aka Kyle, aka Sweetsma, which is over here. Like I said, I'm Skibby. We are from scoundrelgaming.com, a website about beer, gaming, and tech, and this podcast is about exactly the same thing.
Ironic.
What's up, my friends? Oh my God. What's up?
Don't everybody.
What is
You're
up,
talking to the friends out in the world,
my friends?
not these friends. These
Cracking a
friends.
beer.
Drinking
I'm
beer.
also drinking a beer. Mine's more special because mine's the beer of the week.
Well, mine's next week's beer of the week.
Really?
You guys are both shitty. This week we're going to talk about PlayStation's 20th anniversary. And we're going to talk about the old Steam broadcast, which I think is pretty baller. And then why do games suck? And then Tanner plays Smite. Kyle plays some jerking off game. I play UFC. And that's what we're going to fucking talk about.
Some jerking offy.
Oh my gosh. And look, Kyle even waited for the exact second on the video stream. He is pouring a beer in front of the camera.
What kind of glass is that, Kyle?
You should know.
I couldn't see it on your shitty camera.
It's a shaker pint.
That's just a shaker pint. Yeah.
It is a shaker pint.
That's what I'm gonna drink out of if I actually want to pour mine. You know what? I'll pour mine also.
Look at that. Perfect technique, straight on, just like in the
Perfect
videos.
pour.
That's what I like about our
There you
beer of the
go.
week videos, is that when you are pouring the beer and it's just like straight up
Just
and down, just straight
fucking
in.
Just as well turn the bottle upside down and just hope for the best.
Like you said, you're drinking the beer of the week, Tanner.
Yes, and I actually just had my first taste. It's the Goose Island Festivity Ale. It's really fucking good. I have not had this yet, and
Told you.
yeah, well, I didn't read your review yet.
Of course.
I haven't even gotten the video done yet. Doing right after this.
Might
I
be a
just
good
finally
idea.
found the beer last night. This thing's a bitch to find. Everyone has Goose Island and like 40 other flavors of it, but not this one.
I'm surprised because I feel like if I went to Top Value or whatever, I'd see it right away. But I wonder if it's just.
I know.
'cause
That's
you're
why I didn't think it would be that hard to find. So I went to 2 liquor stores who actually have a pretty good selection, and they both didn't have it. I had to go to some rinky-dink like fucking hole in the wall one that was really shitty, and they were slow as fuck. The dude was like waiting there at the door. As soon as I opened it, it's like, "Good evening. How can I help you?" It's like, I'm like, oh, "Okay, dude."
Did you
Goose
ask him
Island
if you were the
Festivity,
first customer of the day or what?
I should have asked him, like, dude, is there any bit? The whole place was clean as fuck. Everything was faced. Everything was like, you can tell they hadn't had customers in a while. Maybe it was like Tuesday night anyway, like Wednesday night or something. So I guess liquor stores aren't really hopping on a Wednesday night anyway, but maybe they are. Either way, I found it and it's good.
Define what a hopping liquor store would look like. Like 5 to 10 people.
Hoppin'
Yeah.
liquor store.
Hopping liquor store, get it hopping, because
Beer
Okay.
hops. Got it.
I
Great.
feel like
Yeah.
Tuesday,
Great.
Wednesdays, and Thursdays are pretty popular for bars. They always have those deals going on. 2 for Tuesdays
Bars,
and
yeah, but
Wings
liquor
Wednesdays.
store.
So
I don't know.
liquor stores, I'd imagine, are sort of empty.
yeah, but it's got a really nice label. It's pretty, and it's 7.7%.
Holy shit, 7.7? What kind of...
Yeah,
That's the
that's
percentage?
a random number.
That is
Yeah.
kind of weird. I don't really actually ever see that. I can't see it.
Yeah, it'll probably not focus, but Well,
Kyle, what'd you think of the beer? Give us your full professional, tasty description of it.
Goose Island?
Yep.
It was. I loved it. I probably give it a 4.5.
Why?
I'm getting there.
Get there faster.
It was a brown ale. It was very. It had like notes of toffee in it, and it was pretty chocolatey. I thought it had a little bit of pine in it, so it kind of tasted a little festive.
I don't even see that it's too heavy of a beer, though. I just saw Tanner take a
didn't
swig
think
of
it
it.
was
It looks
that
like
heavy.
an amber
Doesn't taste
ale.
that heavy.
It is a pretty heavy beer, though. It's like medium to thick.
It's not. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, I'd say more medium. It's
Is it
not as
malty?
thick as like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really sweet. It's a lot of caramel.
Yeah, it is really sweet. It's a lot sweeter than I thought it was gonna be. I'm really used to that Snowdrift Vanilla Porter, though. I still have 2 more of those because I just can't drink more than one at a time. Every time I drink one of those, I just have to just.
And it
drink
isn't a
and enjoy
day
it.
talking to Tanner without fucking mentioning
No,
that
it's
goddamn
vanilla
beer.
Porter.
And I didn't
Can't
even
get rid of
notice
it.
The
dude.
Surly Furious or the Vanilla Snowdrift?
What's wrong with beer?
I guess nothing.
Nothing's wrong with beer. You ain't got shit on beer. But well, yeah. So I think this is a great pick. I bet this could have even been later in the month if that doesn't really mean anything though. I guess it's just more of a. This is like. I'm gonna buy some of this to take home Christmas. See if people like it, because this is something that I think, not like people with a moderate palate would be able to enjoy. People who drink Bud Light is what I'm saying.
Did they enjoy the hallucination?
My grandmother, who doesn't really care for beer anyway, said it was awful, but she doesn't care.
Yeah.
My mom kind of said it was good
But
because
you didn't
she
believe her
wanted me to
'cause she was
think it
lying?
was good. I don't think she actually liked it that much. My grandpa liked it.
Did you like it?
I liked it. Yeah, I enjoyed my bottle better than one that I had there, but I had waited a few weeks to drink that. I think but it was really good just drinking the whole bottle on my own in one sitting.
You guys are like, fuck you. I'm going to drink all this and eat my turkey. And your grandma was like, man, you have too many tattoos.
Look, I have 0.
I feel like that's
How long
something
did
a
it take you
grandmother
to
would
drink
say.
that whole bottle?
It took me about like half an hour, 45 minutes. I got pretty drunk
Jeez,
for a
you're
while there.
Probably
I was-
hammered.
Yeah, I was pretty
Wasn't it
blasted.
like 12.5%?
Yeah, dude, it's pretty strong. Yeah, I got pretty
That was-
blasted there for a while.
It was like wine level of
It
beer.
was, and that was, I don't know, it was such a weird taste that it was easy to drink, but it was so sparkly, really carbonated. It felt like.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah, I
only
can
thing
see
that
what
they
you're
did
talking
for
about.
the
It was-
wine hybrid? It's just they added more
Was
carbonation?
just, and they had grape juice.
No.
Yeah.
That was the whole wine part. There wasn't really any wine to it. Aside from that,
Anyways, Kyle,
Right.
what
I
did
don't know.
you say you were drinking?
I'm drinking the Full Sail Wreck the Halls Hoppy Holiday Ale. And it is a cross between a winter warmer and an IPA. And about an average IPA color. It's pretty gold, a little dark.
That's a fucking ballin' ass name, though, actually.
Wreck the Halls, yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
not to
It's-
bring up Smite, but Smite has a skin called Wreck the Halls. Go on.
It's mildly bitter compared to other IPAs. It's pretty smooth bitterness. It's got a good retaining foamy head on it. Looks really good. And I've only been able to find it in these 750 milliliter bottles. So I might get a little buzz off of it. 6.5 ABV.
Yeah, I haven't eaten like 12 o'clock, so I'm gonna get probably pretty hammered here.
Yeah, good thing you made soup too, so that way you can.
I was
dilute.
gonna eat something else with it. Rice.
Bread and soup, you
Bread.
peasant.
It was tomato soup. It's old. I wanted tomato soup.
No, ketchup. Ketchup
and water. You stir it around.
Peasants.
It's good what it is.
I can't eat tomato soup with a spoon. Like just straight
Really?
up, I for some reason I don't
Yeah.
like it, but if I like dip shit in it, I don't mind it.
Yeah, like a grilled cheese is the best thing ever with tomato soup.
Yeah.
I just get impatient eating it with a spoon. I just have to fucking drink it out of the bowl.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Lordy. I can't
Yeah,
do
those
that.
drinkable cups. Those are drinkable cups with soup.
Yeah.
Campbell's drinkable
Those are good.
cup.
They're,
I'm gonna
they're
Google this.
animals drinkable yogurt. That shit is fucking gross. Just come in a tube. Just
Oh,
Oh, God.
that's basically what it is,
Jesus.
dude. That shit is. I had one of those once that I gagged so fucking much I couldn't take it.
nothing comes up for drinkable cup other than like coffee cups with the lid on it that you can get at a-
Drinkable cup.
drinkable cup. I just realized I searched drinkable cup.
It's like edible bowl.
What would I call
Which is
it?
Actually, a
Sippy
possible
cup?
thing, but I don't know. It's soup cup. I don't know. That'll
Soup
come
cup.
up like ramen noodles. When
A
you say
soup
soup
cup,
cup,
yeah.
cup of soup.
Soup cup.
The proper term.
It's giving me like
Drinkable cup.
Victorian era fucking teacups. This is stupid. What was your rating for the beer?
Good. He hasn't rated that one yet, have you?
No.
Well, that's shitty.
Need more time.
It's not as a heavy one though as compared to the other one because it's an IPA. I feel like if I had
No,
those Christmas ones, always weigh down on my tummy because it's all chocolatey.
Yeah, I just
No,
noticed
this is,
like halfway
this is
through this
definitely
one.
a lighter one.
Halfway through this one,
I'm also drinking.
The festivity one, that was like a meal in a bottle. Not to quote.
it's pretty sweet. I almost
but yeah,
need like
it
a
was
steak.
thick.
Like, I just need some fucking meat. This is like really sweet.
So
That's why partly why I haven't been able to drink this. No.
Go drink some
Order.
salty soup.
festivity ale and tomato soup, just what I was looking for.
Yeah, I might have to go get something else to eat after this because I won't be able to fucking.
Well, you'll be
eat tomato
bombed, so
fucking soup.
you'll drive to the gas station and get a fucking
Gas station,
pizza
get a fucking
burrito.
bomb.
Shitty burrito.
Oh, get the bomb, the burrito. The
Oh
bomb.
god.
Those are
I think I
terrible.
got that last time too.
Oh, we better grab a few of those this weekend before
Probably.
we go to fucking do everything else.
It was surprisingly mediocre.
It's not bad for a shitty burrito. It's a shitty burrito. You go in knowing this is a shit burrito. I want a shit burrito. I'm blasted right now. And then you eat it, and then you shut the fuck up. You wake up and puke it out.
Oh,
See, I just wake up the next morning and eat it, just all hungover. and
Not if
gross,
you're with
and it's
me,
just-
because I'll eat it. I'll take yours too. Like I did Skivvy's that one night. There was one time that time we walked home. People won't know what this story is, but we walked like fucking 20 miles. It was like 7. We walked like 7 miles home.
20 miles.
And like, on the way home, we stood at a gas station and got
40
fucking
miles that would have
burritos,
taken all day.
and pizza, and carried it over my back and shit on the way home. We kept sharing it, but finally got home and made him. And then Skibby passed out like halfway through his burrito, and I like took it. I took it off his plate and put it on for mine.
Didn't you go to bed
It
and
went
fucking
away.
like find more food under your bed and eat that too? Because you're like storing macaroni under there or something.
Probably some pizza. under
Yeah,
there.
something
Then he,
really.
then he woke up
stupid.
the next day. He's like, "Where'd my burrito go?" I tried to eat it, but I didn't even eat it. I just took it, like ate a bite, and then passed out myself.
God, what did we watch the next day? We were watching like stupid television and just like
Dude,
we
we
didn't
were
even
watching,
no, we didn't even watch it. We just fucking
We were just yelling at it. It was the boss, the cover boss.
oh my.
We
We
were
watched
just
like
yelling the whole time, like their words, like "Geese, I think your sweater's too ugly." Like "Fuck you, Tom." And we just kept saying stupid shit. That show is fucking retarded.
yeah,
I'm the
but
CEO of a company. I'm gonna go undercover.
God, I can't believe that
bad.
show. I
So it
actually
was
like
pretty
that show
entertaining.
for some awful reason. It's a stupid
It's
gimmick.
because
Seen a
it's
couple of
so
'em.
bad. It's just like, it's
Well, I
really
like Restaurant
cheesy.
Impossible too, so you know.
That's really cool though. It's like to see what they can do with shitty fucking
I've
Well,
never
it's the
heard of that.
same
restaurants.
It's the
I
same
know.
shit.
They're like, we're gonna take this old wood and make a nice cowboy salon, and just then somebody throws a big fucking coin down, and we all get whatever we need.
With only $10,000, I just kind of question with those fucking shows, you know. On the surface, it looks okay, but seriously, how good and stable can that whole fucking restaurant be?
I don't know. You can make things look pretty good on camera, like
Yeah.
good and you know what I mean, presentable, and make it look really good,
Easily.
and then like use it for a month, and it just shit starts falling off the walls. It's like all these things they like glued together to start peeling off. And
Yeah, what
just
happens
go
when
back
something
to the
gets
ways.
dusty and you fucking just go and wipe it down and it
It's
breaks?
like, the whole new
It's like-
cabinet they made for $50
Yeah.
just goes to shit.
It's like that Biggest Loser show. I don't know if you ever watched that.
I was on a
Um,
kick for that for a while, actually, but the
Really?
earlier seasons.
I read somewhere it was like 80 or 90% of the contestants on that show they lose all that weight, and then within like 2 months they gain all of it back.
Ow.
Oh yeah, because they don't.
Just
Well, they
like,
don't have a
yeah.
disciplined area. Like you're stuck on a show.
That's
where
their
you-
lifestyle. It's
Yeah.
hard. They might as well just starve themselves for a while. Lost
Well,
a bunch
right.
of
It's
weight.
like they go on this show for a couple weeks and they get into this this set where they have their physical trainers and everything like pressuring
Yeah.
them to eat well and work out
Yeah.
every day, and then they have like
Fuck, I did
they
that.
never were able to afford that in the first place. So after the show ends, then it's just back to their normal habits.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
even mentioned that in the show though. They talk about the hardest part after this is obviously you have to fucking
Maintaining.
maintain it. So
You just have to make it. Yeah, it is hard to maintain. Fuck, I didn't. I did it for a while, and then I fucking got busy and whatever, and you just fucking. It's so easy to get.
Yeah, well,
It's fucking
being
right
busy is
there.
always the main excuse, and it's a fucking excuse
It
too.
is an excuse.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, there's always time to go out or to eat. You can always eat healthier
You can always
Yeah, and you
work
just
out,
gotta
too.
prep.
because most of it's fucking diet.
Prep.
Yeah,
That just takes fucking forever and it's so fucking hard.
and
then
they
you're
always
going
try to
here,
make it a
you're going there,
gimmicky
and then
thing, and they're like,
it's
it doesn't
always a
take
fucking
long.
holiday.
Yeah.
It's a holiday too. Always an excuse for cake or some shit, but I don't want to give up beer, so I just have to work harder.
I don't know. I was reading a few different articles where people are like on good diets and whatnot, and they're still able to maintain their beer enthusiasm. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not good for you by any means. But
No, God, no. Beer's like the worst thing to drink too, because it's just there's so many carbs and sugar, and
yeah,
I don't know. I've given up a lot again. I've been
Not
going to
really
the
that
gym
bad.
pretty well, but I don't know. It's hard to maintain it, especially when I drive 45 minutes to my job and then drive 45 minutes back. That fucking takes out a huge chunk of my day.
just gotta get up
An average
earlier.
bottle of beer is only like 250 calories.
Yeah, but Tanner has to have like a 6-pack, and
Not
then
the
like
calories though.
and then a burrito afterwards, and then blame it on being busy.
The beer leads to shittier and shittier foods, and then more
It
beer.
does. That's the kicker. Like I can drink, but it's what I eat afterwards that fucks me.
Why don't you just get hammered and go to the gym, and then you just have nothing? Dude, I was
That'd be
blackout
awesome.
at the gym. I guess it didn't.
It'd be great. Just
Dude,
fucking
yeah, if
wobbly,
you're
like
drunk,
bench
you
and
just
shit. I'm just like,
fucking work out all night. I mean, you
I'm
might
sore as
throw up
fuck
like
right
4
now,
times, but that would even help.
stupid fucking idea. Go to the gym, fucking drunk. Well, in my gym, every first day of the month too, they have free pizza. So I was there on Monday, like really, really hitting it hard again after Thanksgiving and shit.
They had beer.
And on my
at-
way out,
What
there
kind of
was
gym is
pizza.
this?
Planet Fitness. It's fuck. So it's
Come
they
on
have
in,
lot
eat a
of
pizza, and fucking throw up.
Seriously. They're like, here's some pizza, and treat yourself. And like all these fat people, like,
I had to have been
pizza.
some kind of pizza where there was like, oh, here's a sponsor, fucking Pizza Fit, and it's all
No,
pizza made
it's like
from
Little
fucking-
Caesars they get too. It's
Oh.
not good. Not even
Oh.
good pizza. It's just there's a pile.
Come on
There's
now,
literally
it's
a pile
good.
like 20 pizzas just sitting on a fucking table. Like, here you go, fat shits. Fucking eat your pizza.
It's a test.
It's like, literally a pile like 20 pizzas just sitting on a fucking table. Like, here you go, fat shits. Fucking eat your pizza.
It's a test. All these
The
bitches
shit.
walk
Yeah.
through and they're like,
Just gotta
I'm not
walk
gonna
past
eat
it.
that, and you're like, fuck you, I'm gonna eat it, and then I'm gonna eat it while I'm swimming.
There's people like
Yep.
I'm taking this to the hot tub.
they
with
keep
me
it
in
out of the
sauna.
water. Every time they go for breath, they actually just go for a bite.
Oh my god, you kill yourself and you're just floating holding a piece of pizza.
Just pepperonis all in your mouth. Pepperonis coming out your nose.
Dropping ronies all
Your
over the
your
pool.
body turns over and you got 2 pepperonis over your eyes. Just floating.
Instead of like closing them
Sitting
with
in
their
the
fingers, they
sauna.
just eat pepperonis.
Sitting in the sauna with 2 pepperonis over your eyes, just massaging yourself with the pizza. Oh,
Be like, are you crying? No, you just be like, oh, these pepperonis are spicy.
Extra Italian.
Speaking of beer, I am drinking the Wood Chipper IPA. It's an India. It's not an IPA.
It's in India.
It's an. I did not mean to
currently in
see.
India.
I did not mean to say it's not an IPA. It's a IPA with made in Fargo, North Dakota, my stomping grounds.
Ugh.
Yes. So that means there is depression
Ugh.
brewed in here, because North Dakota, the D actually stands for depression, so it's North Depression.
North Depression.
North.
There.
Don't worry, I
is
went to
the-
Iowa last weekend for Thanksgiving,
Ugh.
and I went through Walmart without headphones on for the first time in months.
Without headphones.
That should be the title of an article. Fucking, I went through Walmart without headphones on.
I might-
This is
I
what
might
it
write that.
resulted in.
I might write that. That'd
These
be
are
awesome.
the things that I heard.
It is shit, dude. People in there are fucking retarded.
Yes, they are.
I couldn't take it. Mom's like, "Do you need anything? Do you need anything?" Oh, I don't. I don't need.
Well, you actually said. What did you say that you needed?
I didn't need anything. She needed dog food. We went in there for 3
Yes,
items.
but she always finds something that
Ugh.
you need. So what did she get you?
Soup.
And now you're eating it. She drags you through there and she buys you shit.
Actually, I bought this soup, but
Oh.
yes, this is my personal soup.
Anyway, let me read this real
Personalsoup.com.
quick. Oats and Horizon hops. Yeah, that's it. Citrus and pine.
All right.
And that's really it. It's like citrusy and piney. And then it's
I don't
just
know
got
if I
the
like
fucking
it.
really like surly style of hops in there. You know, it's kind of got that blast
Yeah.
of hops, but the aftertaste is much more piney. Is the best way to describe it. But it's not bad.
Surly's
It's,
as
it's subtle.
tiny as I can get.
It's a little bit sweeter than a fucking surly furious.
It was just the best on tap.
It's
the
amazing
best
how
beer there
popular that is. When I hit the bar, people are just constantly getting it, especially over at
I
331
know.
because it's fucking
Yeah.
2 for $5 over there, and it's always on
2
tap.
for $5?
Yeah, 2 for $5.
Wow.
That's
That's
their happy
so
hour.
crazy cheap.
Yeah, it's
One
easily
is
the-
six.
Pretty cheap.
Yeah,
That's literally buy one for $1 under, get one free.
yeah. It's like yep. And
Yeah,
their
isn't-
beer of the
isn't it
months are
usually
always.
$3.50?
What's that?
Isn't it usually like $3.50 or $4
At a bar?
on tap? Yeah.
Oh, I really
It's
don't.
like 6, isn't it?
I think
I
we
usually pay
paid like
$6
$5
for
or
Surly.
something. Yeah, I feel like it was always $5.
In St.
If it-
Paul, every time in St. Paul, I pay $6, but that's a little
6 for one? Wow.
$6 for a Surly. Yeah, I had a Surly, whatever that lighter one was last time, $6.
The hell?
Yeah, it was 5 because it was happy hour, I think, but it's normally 6. Hell, I'm surprised how many people like beer around us. I mean, I'm just so used to people being
Yeah, no
not
shit.
like shitty beer. There's this short little blonde girl that I work with, and we got there. And she's like, "Yeah, I'll have the oatmeal stout." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "That's awesome!" I was like, "Damn!" And I get this little surly hell, and I'm like, "It was a bitch now."
No, you
Dude,
don't have to be.
Speaking of that, going through the liquor store when I was picking up this Full Sail, the girl who checked me out, she was like this little 4.5-foot Asian girl, and I bought the Full Sail, and then I bought the Sam Adams Merrymaker, and she's like, "Wow, you're very experimental with your beers," and I was like, "Oh, well, thanks."
I'm also
like, yeah,
very
I kinda-
experimental with my women. Wink.
Because you're Asian.
That's the
I'm
top.
gonna fuck you.
But then she said, like, yeah, I just have a bunch of random bombers sitting at home, and I just tried the Surly 8 last night, and I was like, holy shit, like, that's a beer. That's like one of my hit list beers. Like, I really want to try that.
Really 8?
The Surly 8, yeah, it's I think
never heard
it's
of
like
that
an
one.
annual special edition. Like next year, it's gonna be the Surly 9.
Oh,
But,
okay.
I can't remember what kind of beer it is, but yeah, it's like this really
To the Google.
pricey bomber. And I don't know.
Computer, show me Surly 8.
It releases November 9th, 2014. Okay.
November, so that'll be out pretty ever. That was just out. Damn
Yeah.
it.
Oat wine style ale aged in rye whiskey barrels. Actually,
yeah.
yes, I did hear
Awesome.
this.
That sounds so good.
Someone was just talking about this at the bar. Hued oat wine style ale summons notes of spicy vanilla, marshmallow, and aromas of honey and whiskey. Interesting. The bottle's fucking cool too. Maybe
That
I
sounds
can
so
Oh,
good.
God.
use the old browser
Wow.
slurp.
Damn, that sounds awesome.
Hopefully everyone can see this on the thingy. Sorry, audio friends. This is the downside of your shitty life. You can't watch this video podcast. That's
Damn, that
awesome.
bottle looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Is it dipped in wax too? Nice.
Was it?
That-
Yeah,
yeah.
the top part of it. Yep. Maker's
white
Mark
wax.
style. That is fucking cool.
Classy.
Makers.
Fucking classy.
I found in my freezer downstairs, I still have like this much of bullet bourbon.
Oh, nice.
I was like, yes!
How
this
did you
is
manage to
such
do
a
that?
treat. What's that?
Perfect.
I said, how did you manage to do that? Because like,
Dude, I don't know. I never left the bottle. Ever.
somehow you always manage to lap up the last remaining in your toilet bowl somehow. So
Dude, I would drink those fuckers in like 2 sittings. That whole fucking
Did you
thing.
say it was in your freezer?
Yeah,
like the
Why?
deep freezer or like your freezer?
downstairs. My little fridge
Oh,
in the freezer portion.
got ya. Do you have a little flap
Just
over it
let
so
it-
you never open it?
Yeah, I just never go in there because it gets salsa. And I went in there because I was cleaning out that room last night, and I like unplugged the fridge because I have nothing in it now. I checked the freezer, and I was like, "Oh my god, there's still whiskey in here!" I like freaked out, and ran upstairs, and shoved it in this freezer.
That is.
Why do you
Like,
keep
I
it in
wasn't
the
gonna drink
freezer?
it yet, but what? Keeps it
Why do you
really
keep it in
cold.
the freezer?
Whiskey, I think you
cold,
just
I don't
keep
know.
out room temperature, don't
can-
you?
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
not good for it, but
Is it bad
Like
for it
cellar
though?
temperature.
Does it even do anything?
I think at the time I was doing that, I
Is
was
it-
just drinking the fuck out of it. I wasn't saving it for a later week. I was saving it for tomorrow,
I mean,
basically. So
We're not really whiskey connoisseurs, even though we wanted to
No.
pretend to be. But like, we were always mixing it anyway.
Well.
Does it really even matter? For
I
us?
hear of freezing vodka, but
it's not like
yeah,
it freezes. It gets a little thicker though. It does get kind of syrupy, but it's really good when you pour it in a drink because I don't need ice. Strong as shit. Bullet bourbon is a really
well, if
good
a
bourbon
whiskey's
to have.
good, you
strong.
shouldn't need to drink it with ice.
Well, when you're a
That's-
pussy, you do.
It's basically how you tell a good whiskey is if it tastes good at room temperature.
No.
Well, that's what we're.
Yeah, yes, if you're not a pussy.
Well, that's
I
what I was
can't
just
drink
saying. We weren't
fucking straight
whiskey
whiskey,
connoisseurs by any means. That's why we're always mixing it. So putting it in the freezer doesn't matter.
I
on
know.
on
No.
even my behalf.
No,
'cause I
yeah,
couldn't
I'm
do
not
it.
that pedigree. Yeah,
I
if
tried.
I
I
could-
tried my hardest, and I couldn't do it. I don't know. I suck.
I don't like drinking whiskey straight, but I do like when we went to the Dakota, I had that whiskey sipper, which was
Yeah.
like pretty much it was like rye with like liquid sugar and
Mm-hmm.
simple shit. It's just a cocktail basically with like a little orange peel in it.
Mm-hmm.
That fucker was strong as shit.
Mm.
Never heard of that before.
It was
Mhm.
really good. We gotta go to Dakota sometime.
Mm.
Yeah, no, it was fun. Place is pretty rad.
Mm.
I've been
Alright.
wanting to go there for fucking ever.
Shut the fuck up. Podcast time. Let's see. Podcast time.
Podcast time.
All right, big talking point. Great segue. PlayStation. Fucking yeah. You know what about PlayStation though is I feel like every article that I've seen is talking about PlayStation 1. It's their 20th anniversary of PlayStation.
Yeah.
Why is everything... They always keep going back to the first one. But where's the articles about, like, the top PlayStation games? You know?
They always have those anyway. I feel like they always have a top. Here's the top blah 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 of PlayStation blah blah. So now they have nothing else to say besides here's PlayStation 1. It's 20 years old. Good job.
And I've seen...
Speaking of that, I was like browsing through Kotaku, I think, the
Oh,
other
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And they had it was like every console's top 10 games, and for like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox Ones, like 8 out of 10 they were the same games for each list, and it was same with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. And
Crazy.
I don't know, it's just bullshit.
Every time...
It's just bullshit.
I've always seen the top games include Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, and I was like, dude, that was a good game, but I have to give it to fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Because it was...
See, I always see Pro Skater 2, actually.
Yeah. Do you?
Whenever I
I
read
saw
those.
I think I saw on Instagram 2 different people posted Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, and I thought I saw an article as well that said Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 as well. So those are... I didn't really go searching for anything, but those are the ones that popped up. And if you saw Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, then those are the people I need to be following because those motherfuckers are right. The first one was good, but the second one was baller.
Dude, Grind Session was better than all of those.
Grind Session.
Grind Session.
It was a decent game at least. It wasn't any better than Tony Hawk by any means, but it was actually a pretty good game. For an off version, like for a shit version of Tony Hawk, basically it was a knockoff. It's a pretty damn good knockoff. Fuck,
So
I didn't know anything about skating, and I wasn't even good at. Like, I hated Tony Hawk. I was bad at it, but I got really good at Grind Session somehow. And it had like always the best soundtracks. All those games did. Just a bunch of punk rock.
I learned everything
yeah.
I knew about fucking skateboarding from these games, and unfortunately, most of it was off.
Oh, it's terrible.
Because it was all just
That is
really
the worst
mainstream.
place.
Like I didn't realize in my small immature brain that there is more than one name for a trick. So if like somebody called,
Especially in a video game, like
Yeah.
they're probably not going
They
to always
Right.
use the right name. Or
People
Stuff
name
maybe.
their own tricks and
Yeah,
shit.
wherever
so
they
it's
developed the
maybe
game and
copywritten.
whoever they consulted, that was the name that they went with, and it was probably like Tony Hawk, because since his fucking name on here anyway, and probably a few other
Right.
skateboarders that are like that style, because they started off the game with fucking 3 different styles or whatever, or maybe 2, vert and street. There wasn't another one, was there? You could skate as 2. Like,
No.
you had Bob Burnquist on there, who was a vert skateboarder, and then you had Eric Costa, who was the street
It was
skater.
either Murder Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just learned everything from that. Burnquist, Cabarello, Campbell, Gliffberg, Costin.
Bucky Lasik.
Yeah, Lasik, Mullen. Jamie
Bucky
Thomas
Lasik. I
was
know
my
that
favorite one because he fucking jumped off the leap of faith.
Jamie Thomas, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
that was
but-
like the first like pirated skateboarding clip I ever downloaded was the Leap of Faith.
I think that was mine too. I'm pretty sure that was mine as well because it was just ridiculous. And it was
That's
just
awesome.
horrible
Did he ever-
too.
I don't even remember. Did he actually land it or did he just eat
What
shit?
happened was his board snapped and he just kind of fell forward. But essentially, he landed on his board. He wasn't going fast enough to kind of roll out. He just kind of landed straight down and fucked himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just obviously gonna break the board at that height. It was like fucking 40 stairs tall.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
yeah, there's no way you wouldn't.
Do you see
Like,
this? This is Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. Do you see that wheel on there? It's fucking... The graphics are so bad, it's like a pentagon. It's
we
an
don't have enough
octagon.
polygons by any means for that shit.
Can't really see it. I don't think I have autofocus on. That was another fun game, because I think in one of the Tony Hawks you could actually demo this game if you went to the options. Do you remember
Really?
that? Yeah. And in Matt Hoffman's, I think you could demo a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. That might have been it. It was one of those 2 variations.
That's awesome.
What are your guys' games from any PlayStation era? We can go PS1 if you want.
PlayStation 1, there was like this really low-key game that I didn't think anybody really knew about. It was called Sled Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever play that?
Let me look that up.
It was
Sled
It
Storm.
was
I
this
haven't heard of
crazy
that.
snowmobile racing game.
Dude, I would not be surprised if I actually have that somewhere. But it wouldn't be mine, it would be Yoder's.
Oh, I wish I still had it. That's still like one of my favorite games. Like you can go racing, and it was like not just about the racing. Like there was a bunch of jumps in the race, and you could do crazy tricks like hop off your snowmobile and do backflips and shit. And obviously the graphics were super shitty, but it was fucking great.
Yeah, they were all shitty though. PS1 did not have good graphics, and I didn't even realize that. I felt like N64 did a better job because they went the more cartoony route, where a lot of fucking
Yeah.
PlayStation games were kind of, well, the ones that I bought anyway were trying to go as realistic as possible. Like the racing games
Right.
looked like
And there
shit.
was just no chance of looking real on
Sloodstorm
polygon.
was
Speaking of
met
that-
with critical acclaim. Released in 1999, the game received an average score of 83% based on 24 reviews. Dude, that's fucking nuts.
Nice.
So
The
it was.
snowdrift.
Bringing out the snowdrift. Now, speaking of like the PlayStation graphics, you guys need to watch a video game documentary on Netflix just called Video Games, I think. It kind of addresses like how PlayStation's stance on graphics were and stuff like that. It's pretty good. Hey, it's Kentros. How's it going, Kentros? But
What's up?
yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. Like, I ended up getting a PlayStation way later than everyone else, and my game that I got with it was Tekken 2.
Oh my god. That was a good
was
game though. I
fucking
like that one.
Awesome.
All the
It was-
Tekken games are awesome.
Dude,
No
it
way.
was so good.
I actually never played a Tekken game on console though. It was always in the cabinets.
Really? I don't think I've
Yeah.
played one on an arcade though.
I played both for
Yeah.
sure. Quite often too for a
Man.
while.
I love the cabinet version.
But I never
Dude,
knew
that'd
which
be
one
so
crazy.
fun.
I never knew which one I was playing for some reason. I was always confused by it. I don't because I never really, I was so into Mortal Kombat and that's what I knew. So when I went over to like I don't know, it was just always
It's
weird.
not
to
the
me.
same by any.
I
Tekken
know.
was so much
It's a
slower
little
and like
different,
precise.
So I didn't.
But Mortal Kombat at the time wasn't a competition style game. It was really, really arcadey.
Yeah,
Whereas
well, it's all,
Tekken was, but I don't even think there was competition stuff at the time. But it was more, I don't know, it was like
Mortal
was more
Kombat
just
was
competitive
completely
on a
arcade
level.
based at a while,
yeah.
for a while there.
Well, it was
Oh,
more,
yeah.
Tekken was more on a level playing field,
Yeah,
whereas Mortal Kombat was not.
dude, the soundtrack for Sloodstorm is. And
It's
this
great,
is,
isn't it?
Well, it's hilarious because like every fucking PlayStation game, I feel like, or well, yeah, every fucking PS1 game has a Rob Zombie on it.
Yeah,
Oh.
dude.
I bet Tony Hawk had a Rob Zombie on it.
Oh, you know.
Any
yeah,
Moto
on
X game, I should look up if Matt Hoffman had a Rob Zombie.
I'm pretty sure
Oh, dude,
Sloodstorm only
the-
had like 6 different artists on it, and each one had
1,
like
2,
6
3,
songs.
4, 5, 6. You have Jeff Van Dyke, Uberzone, Dom and Roland. Easy Rollers, Ecoline Crush has 3 songs
Easy.
on here.
Ecoline Crush,
Econoline.
Easy Rollers. I remember those.
Econoline, sorry. And then Rob Zombie has the one song. I know fucking Twisted Metal had it.
Twisted Metal. I was gonna say that is
That
probably
was
the
a good
best.
PS1
That is one of
game.
the best fucking PlayStation
That
games of all
was a good
time.
one.
Dude, I was not a big Twisted Metal fan because I started
Really?
out.
What are we, Vigilante 8?
Yeah, Second
No.
Offense. Second Offense. The first one was okay, but
was
Second
still good,
Offense
though.
was balling because I opened up that game and I had no idea what I was doing. And I played it and I drove. It was the map where you drive into the fucking. You're like in the desert and they have the big meteorite. And I was just driving around and a big meteor comes from the sky, just enormous, like, and explodes and a giant ant comes out and attacks you and you have to fucking try and kill it, dude. And that was like way extreme. And it was
That's
I
so
could not
awesome.
figure out why that happened, but that's what got me into that fucking game. It was
Oh,
fucking the
man.
big ass ant.
I liked it. I don't know. I liked it. Man, I don't know. I like Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth was like just the fucking grossest.
Well,
Morbid
obviously,
thing
everybody
ever.
likes Sweet Tooth. I mean,
But
was,
he's so. It caught me though because I was really not into horror things at all. But that was like the closest I could get comfortably to a murdering clown thing. Like I don't know. It was so bad. And like when you finally see the cutscenes, they're really shitty. That shitty tooth, like a '90s animation, that 3D animation that they actually made
Yeah.
like TV shows out of.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so bad.
How does it make you feel? My beard is bigger, says Kentress Gaming.
I wish I had a bigger beard. I keep trimming mine down though.
Prove it. How does he
know.
have a bigger beard? He doesn't even have a picture on his profile.
Post a picture to Imgur and post it in the chat.
Link it.
Yeah.
Link it.
I want to see it.
He's just saying it's bigger.
If it is bigger, I'm jealous, but I want to see it. I like big beards.
All right.
I just can't get mine out.
Twisted Metal definitely had Rob Zombie on there. They had Super Beast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they had
And
White
Dracula.
Zombie too. So come
Of
on.
course.
Grease Paint and Monkey Brains was the name of the White Zombie song. Super Beast, Rob Zombie, and then main menu screen was Meet the Creeper by Rob Zombie.
Jesus, so many Rob Zombie songs.
Let's go to Twisted Metal 2 though. We have to.
He was a pretty popular.
See, I didn't play Twisted Metal 1 that much. It might have been 2.
I think 2
or
was the
3.
biggest. 2 and
Whatever
3
one
are
has
the ones that I
Dracula
saw
on
them.
it.
Yeah,
Well,
Dracula.
a lot
Oh
more
my.
than one might have Dracula.
That's probably why I hate
Dracula-
that fucking song so
That was
much.
on
It probably is,
Sled Storm.
dude.
That was on Sledstorm.
Yeah, that
too.
was the
That's
one
where I
that
know
was
that
on
from.
God,
Dracula was on a lot of PlayStation
it was
games.
everywhere. Couldn't avoid it.
It
Popping
was
up.
everywhere.
Whatever game that you could put into a CD player, that one, and play the songs.
All of them. You could do that with all of them.
Really?
That's
Oh,
why I
I
love
totally forgot you
Vigilante
could do
8
that.
Second Offense. I used to listen to that fucking whole because they had some of the grooviest ballin' ass songs on that fucking game. Oh, I love that one.
Man.
Wow, I totally forgot you could fucking do that.
Vigilante Second Offense. It was all groovy and
That's
funky.
probably one of the coolest things about those games. What was your guys' favorite console, though? I mean, it could be now to ever. I guess even handheld. I mean, I wouldn't compare handhelds to consoles. You could probably put that in a separate thing, but
I might have to think for a while.
I don't know. I guess. Go ahead.
I think I had the most fun on PlayStation 2.
I
Partly
feel like I
because
did for sure.
Nintendo 64 was really awesome. I didn't have one for a long, long time. I always had to play everyone else's, so I couldn't have that much fun with it because. And when I finally did, I couldn't play Super Smash Bros. On my own that much. I could only play through the single player so much on my own. It wasn't that fun. Because I could beat, computers on level 9 easily, like 1v3. Like, it just got easy. But PlayStation 2, I started to really get the games with, and it's always the people, who's the people who make Drake and Jack and Daxter, and that's the series that I really, really like. But God, what is that? See the developer. I got to think about it. But that was probably the best time, and we had great Grand Theft Auto games.
Naughty Dog.
The Sims 2.
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog is probably one of the best developers of all time because their storytelling is just the best out of everyone, and it still is today. I mean, they have what do they have? Think of it, the newest zombie game that released on PS4 HD
The Last
edition.
of Us.
Yeah, I just couldn't think of it. I could see the title or the box art. Yeah, they made The Last of Us. They made a Jack and Daxter series. They made Sly Cooper. They've
Yeah, I
done
never got to know the series. I feel like I'm almost amazed because like you don't even play Uncharted, you don't play Far Cry. I feel like those
I
are
hate
that would
Uncharted.
be your graduation.
The thing
From
with-
console to
yeah.
console, is you'd play those kind of games, but you didn't
Uncharted
play.
lost me because it just felt too quick-timey.
Is
I
it?
played a
I've
demo.
never played the game, so I have no idea.
I played a demo. This is based off of a demo from Uncharted 1. And it was just too shitty. I don't know. It didn't feel that great. But
He imaged it.
I see that.
He
It's not that good of a beard yet, though. It is bigger, but I've had mine bigger than that. I have a
He's-
picture, so-
It connects though. It
It
connects.
does connect. I am jealous of the connecting mustache. to
And the
beard.
goatee. Your goatee doesn't even connect.
I can.
Ooh,
Dude, I think the connection may
The connection
got a little
from my
hanging
beard,
soul
though.
patch. You
Yeah.
actually do.
Yeah.
think he's got you beat, dude.
He does. He definitely does.
But I should
I like-
Photoshop
I like
him
his
and
beard.
bald him though.
That
And then compare.
Compare?
beards. Yeah, just because it
Yeah.
might be cheating, you know? I don't know.
Does he have a nice head of hair?
Got
Well,
hair.
he took it from
better
a
than my
low.
hair.
He just took the picture to prove it too. Unless
Oh, yeah.
Just a straight
Oh, yeah.
chin shot.
Yep.
I'm doing every...
I congrats you on your win of your beard.
I'd be doing everyone a disservice if I didn't actually show it on the stream.
Yeah.
For anyone who may be watching.
This is Kentros Gaming.
There, your image is out there. You are now...
I hate all you fuckers with beards.
Yeah, I can
Yeah, yours is all blonde.
grow a mustache, and it looks stupid.
It's blonde right now because I trimmed it. If it was longer, it'd be fucking red.
Yeah, I get red in my beard too. I get red like all on my cheeks and stuff. If you actually look at it, half my beard is really red. It's really odd.
The darkness hides it. Like mine goes from white hair to red. Like you either see blonde or you see red.
Hey, at least you have nice, swooshy, fucking thick hair, you faggot. It's too hard.
As far as the consoles go, though, I feel like there's a kind of a debate in between, for me personally, like Super Nintendo or PlayStation 2. But I think I'd have to side and agree with you that it was PlayStation 2. I was only going to say Super Nintendo because I remember just spending so many fucking hours playing Mario and Mortal Kombat. And then there was also the whole
Super Nintendo.
I used to rent so many games too from VideoMax for Super Nintendo. And that's when I was playing like Oddworld. I used to always play Oddworld. I just only it was so shitty, but I kept playing this stupid fucking game because I don't know why. And then like Tenchu.
Yeah.
Oh, Tenchu.
Great game.
No, that was a
hyper
PlayStation
violent
one, but like that was one that I rented. Man, it'd have to be PlayStation 2 though, because there's Grand Theft Auto 3 that came out, and that's when I was first introduced to the series, and I just played that fucking game until the fucking disc exploded. I'm pretty sure, and then I skipped Vice City. I didn't really play that one. My buddy had it, and we played that. It was okay. But for some reason, San Andreas just appealed to me more. I felt like San Andreas was just ballers. Fuck, you had all the customized cars and shit, and you're in the hood, and you're gangster as shit. That's when I think, on top of, I feel like Grand Theft Auto 3 had the best radio station with Laszlo, and then San Andreas was really good with that too. I don't know, there was something that I just was missing from Vice City, and I think, Tanner, you enjoyed Vice City a ton.
Vice City is my favorite Grand Theft Auto game.
I just find that crazy. I find that crazy. A lot of people love it, though.
So much fun, dude, and it was all floaty and.
I turned that off, though. You can turn that off in the settings when I play. I hated that shit.
Loved it. It was all neon and 80s and floaty, and the soundtrack was fucking killer, and I loved it because I mean we always put on we'd put on Dodo Cheat and shit like that, but it was really fun because you could die from a lot of stuff. So like water would kill you and stuff like that. So we'd take turns playing, and like the rules were, as soon as you spawn, you get to do one gun cheat. So one set of weapons, and then you have to start shooting, start killing everything.
Yeah.
You don't get to try and hide.
Yeah,
you just have to
that was a game that we all played. Yeah.
It was awesome. So
Yeah.
I mean, but then as soon as you died, you passed up and see how long you could live. That was really, really fun for me.
On top of that game, though, my buddy and I would. It was stupid because I think you could fly planes very limitedly. I think in Vice City, couldn't you?
I don't remember.
Wasn't it just helicopters or something? Or maybe like a private jet? I wonder if they have it on their thing.
Couldn't tell you.
That would probably be San Andreas.
No, San Andreas, you could fly jets.
Right.
I think.
I don't think you can fly anything in Vice City.
I'll have to double check. But
if you could, I mean, I didn't own it, so I don't know for.
I just remember we always played a game, and it was just a helicopter. Then what we would do is do this fucking 9/11 shit where we'd fly into buildings, and whoever had the best death falling down.
It
fucking
was 9/11 shit. Oh my
yeah,
god.
Just be like, oh my god, we're 9/11ing. The seaplane, I think that's the only. I think that's the only one that you could fly. The skimmer plane is the only flyable fixed-wing aircraft in Vice City, and yeah, so I'll have to look up San Andreas just to double check, but I'm pretty sure because that was the other one in LA where you could fly into those buildings. I really love the cars in Grand Theft Auto 3 just because I just wanted the most classiest kind of fucking gangsterish cars that I could find, and I would just drive those fuckers around. But anyway, Kyle, you have to come up with your favorite now.
The PlayStation 2 is a pretty big contender, but I got that a lot later than everybody else did. I think I pretty much got it like right when the new consoles came out. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to play it. I think I played the first God of War, like the first two God of War games, and I love those.
Terrible. Terrible game.
Yeah, looking back, they're not that good, but just I was super into Greek mythology, so I thought they were fucking sweet.
Yeah, that would make those games playable, but if you don't know what the hell's going on, you're just hitting X repeatedly.
Yeah, it's just button mashing.
It is terrible.
Every single door you come across is just tap this button 1,000 times.
So bad, dude. So it's so
like
many
you can kill a god,
events.
but you have to tap a button repeatedly to open this small wooden door. That's bullshit. But I guess like the longest console I had, I think I had a GameCube. I thought that was probably the most underrated console of.
Dude, so many people are talking about that now.
Video game world.
I find that crazy because I always played that at my buddy's house because that's what he had, and I was like, "Why'd you guys get that?" But we always have the most fun because we had fucking like 007 and shit.
Mean, every one of my friends either had the PlayStation 2 or the Xbox playing Halo or Grand Theft Auto, and I was playing fucking like Tony Hawk's Underground and Need for Speed Underground. That was probably my favorite racing game of all time, with the neon and the turbo. Oh yeah, Super Mario Sunshine. That was probably one of my first open world games, and that was the funnest fucking experience ever.
Yeah.
Did someone just chat me, by the way?
Yeah. Sorry. But, yeah, Super Mario Sunshine, I only played in Walmart. on the demos on Walmart, and I got
the
Walmart
neck breaker.
I got Walmart neck from fucking, like... Dude, why did they do that? Why? Who thought that there was a great idea? Just fucking like, yeah, fuck it. We're gonna stick televisions way up top here, and just that's great.
Because it was out of the way of all of us. Sorry, fucking wacky kids from touching the screen and shit. It was high up out of the way, behind the glass cases. Yeah. So as you're playing the game, you could look straight ahead, and it's fucking everything's tempting. All marketing and all security. I mean, what else are they gonna do?
It was terrible.
For those little kids.
It hurt so bad.
Pretty much
I'd
why
be like,
almost those controllers were broken almost
every
all the time,
dude. Someone would walk in and immediately just start fucking hitting the controller. I swear to God, like I never broke a controller. How did you break it? I was like, who is breaking these?
Walmart, and you just ruined it for everybody.
That was one thing that I kind of miss about that kind of style, though. Like, I played demos way more back in the day than I ever. Like, you can play demos of games, but like today and download them. But you're downloading them, so that means it's your discretion and your decision to download them. You used to get fucking packs of games and just play them, and it was what it was. You just pop in the disc, and then you're going to play that game. So, you know, you're going to play it, and then that's your experience. And you play it over and over again, die a trillion times, and probably never buy that fucking game anyway. But you don't do that anymore.
I only played Tomb Raider 1 on the demo. I remember being stuck in some shitty room that I didn't understand how to do the puzzle. There's skeletons just sitting there bow and arrowing me. I was like, I don't understand what's happening. This game sucks. So I forever hated Tomb Raider, and I still hate Tomb Raider to this day because of that demo in the 90s.
Yeah, I never played any. Like, I haven't played any Tomb Raider games before.
I don't know. I think they're overrated.
I had some interest in playing the new one that just came out for the 360, and then they redid it for the new consoles too. But I never got to try that one.
Yeah, Operation Intros Gaming asks if we've ever played Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising. I think I played the demo for Operation Flashpoint 1. If I'm correct, Dragon Rising is a sequel to Operation Flashpoint. And I did not, because at the time that game was way too hard, and at the time Call of Duty Modern Warfare was out.
Right.
And that was all I wanted to play. Maybe Modern Warfare 2 was out at that time for Dragon Rising, but there was just no way like I would want to play anything else aside that. I was playing Modern Warfare 1 and more Modern Warfare 1 competitively. I was on GameBattles.com, like setting up scrims with other teams and
jeez.
shit. Like I was doing that with some people. We'd stay up so late playing those games forever. It was so much fun. One game I think from the GameCube that is underrated, not underrated, but it was came out for GameCube first was Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah.
Resident Evil
I
4
remember that
is
one.
the best
That was the
game
best Resident
ever,
Evil,
dude.
probably hands down.
Resident Evil 4. I ended up playing it on PlayStation 2 when it came out for the port. But holy shit, Resident Evil 4 was so scary and so awesome. That was when they first started to get actiony with Resident Evil, though, which some people really hate now.
With
Which
that
I
big,
understand.
The big lake monster part,
That
where
was
in
the
that
worst.
tiny
You
little
could throw
fucking boat
harpoons
playing
down
against
it.
this huge
Oh my
fish.
god, that was so scary,
That was
dude.
nuts.
That was so scary.
I hate that, like huge water creature.
Oh.
Like that's my.
I don't like water creatures like the plesiosaur and stuff like that. That shit scares the shit out of me. I know it's been dead for way longer than anything, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's so scary to think about that shit. But that game, I remember playing that, and then right after that time, best thing ever happened. Gears of War 1. And we played the crap out of that. That game was so awesome. You ever played Gears of War 1?
I've only ever watched someone play that game, and I thought it looked pretty cool. But I started the series with Gears of War 2, and I fell in love with it.
Oh,
I always meant to go back
good.
and play Gears of War 1 just to get the story and, the original gameplay, but I just never did.
Gears of War 1 was really solid, and there was not a lot to it, and it was great because of that. It was super basic. They didn't add a lot of the crazy shit in. It eventually got too much. Like Gears of War 3 got a little wild. Gears 2 was still really good though, but Gears 1 was pretty predictable. I mean, Gears 2 started to get a little crazy with grenades and stuff like that, and there's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, because Gears 1, like, it was only like 3 weapons, wasn't it? Or
it was like
really
you'd have
limited.
your rifle with your smasher, shotgun, your auto rifle with your chainsaw. That's called.
Of course, the
Lancer. Yeah, the Lancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and that's all you have. But in the next one, in 2 you got some more, and in 3 you get the fucking 180-degree shotgun bullshit. Oh my god, that made me. I had so many rage gasms over that. I couldn't even tell you, man. That shit got so old so fast. One of my buddies, Marcheski, asks, "Have we played Daisy with vehicles yet?" Have not.
No.
Not played Daisy.
Pretty
with
big
vehicles
into
yet.
that for a little while, but that was like a few months ago.
Yeah.
We haven't played that in a long time.
I'm still down to play that game all the time.
I am too. We do that. That's how we play Daisy.
It's like
maybe
play
that's a
hard
Wednesday
for a
game.
few months and
you have
go
to
away.
set aside like a whole day to play it almost.
That's the only problem with it. It's like, hey, do I have 2 hours? No.
So it couldn't be a
I can't
Wednesday
play.
game. We'd have to do it on Saturday or grab bag of games day.
Yeah, it'd have to be a grab bag night. We wouldn't have enough time on a day to do that.
Could be.
Oh my god!
Speaking of Daisy, working The Long Dark.
The Long Dark. Yeah, how? Tell us your first impressions of that, Kyle, because I haven't gotten to play it yet. I really want to stab into it this weekend, but
I remember because it was back when you and Skibby were really huge into Daisy, and I hadn't even played it yet because I didn't even have Windows at the time. So it was just a whole
good
lot
old days.
Let's be real. You still don't really have it either. You just,
Right. You're still on a Mac.
Right.
Thank you for.
Just accepts
Thank you for just bringing that.
You could have been like, you asshole. I have it. I have it on an Intel processor. So fuck you. Thanks. I argued with myself. Go on.
I don't care.
Me either.
Anyways, it was back in the day, and I just started playing Daisy, and then I heard about this Long Dark game, and it's just sounded perfect because I liked all the survival aspects of Daisy, like the whole the whole food system and starving and drinking water and everything. And it was like a year ago when they first announced it, and I got super excited, and it finally released, and I got to play it, and it lived up perfectly to what my expectations were of it. I mean,
That's
it's
awesome.
just, I mean, it boils down to you have to keep warm, you have to eat, you have to sleep, and you can't carry too much stuff. And it's like a
Nice.
super limited world. I mean, items don't respawn in the world.
I love that whole idea too.
That's good. That's great.
The one thing that fucking pisses me off, and it probably will, I have no idea, but it just feels like it might never happen, is that I like the multiplayer aspect. Can you do local multiplayer with that game?
There's no
Like LAN?
multiplayer in it, actually.
None. See, that's where, well, it kind of fails for me, but I just wish, like similar to Rust, but Rust went downhill too. Rust is just weird. It's not as it's got this sci-fi fucked up thing, and they were unsure about it with the fucking bears, and then they took the bears away. But the long dark cock is just straight up surviving all alone. And that's what I like about it, but I just wish there was a way to integrate multiplayer without. But when you do that, you're gonna fuck up the game. You're gonna fuck it up. People are gonna fuck it up.
But yeah, that game's not built.
Unless you do like a
for
closed
multiplayer.
server.
I mean, the entire premise of The Long Dark is supposed to be you're lonesome and you're fighting the world on your own. So
What if we did
I
that as a
guess,
fucking team, like just 3 people? What if it was like limited to even like 3 people or 4 people or something, and then you're surviving to maybe like cultivate starting a whole new like community within the 3 of you or whatever somehow. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, you have 3 people, 2 dudes, 1 chick, and then you guys have to figure it out from there, so you guys can create a family and shit. That'd be hilarious.
that's terrible.
Tanner, you're the bitch.
I'm the bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe they could slide by with like 2-player co-op, but I mean, it's just, I mean, if it was co-op, you'd be fighting over everything because items don't respawn, and the hunger and the thirst, all those stats, like they're realistic. Like you get hungry all the time, and there's extremely limited food that you can
Well,
find.
I'm just saying, I
mean,
haven't
you can
played
only
the
find-
game, but I'm just curious, like, if we all spread out, gathered food, carried it back, and then, divvied it up, or we're able to, like, you know what I mean? Or, like, if we were able to create farms, and then we all 3 worked on a big farm or whatever, and then we were, like, kind of Minecraft style, where we all kind of work on the same thing to create more food that we could all consume. Because Minecraft, at the end of the day, is like just a survival-based thing with fucking zombies in it. But people kind of don't play it like that. But that's how Tanner and I played it right away together. It's just straight up trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and surviving without dying.
That game
And that was
is so weird.
That
dude.
was the golden age of fucking playing Minecraft, was when we were not playing online. Well, there was that other fucking high time too when we were playing online on Miner app, but.
But when we didn't understand what the fucking game was, I remember texting Skibby on the way to work one day, like, "Have you heard of Minecraft?"
Yeah, I remember that day too. And
it's
now,
like, yeah, I really wanted to get it actually, and I was like, "Let's do it."
no, I didn't say that at all. I just said
really?
I never
That's
played it, and you said something about it's
Right.
you can
I
get it
was
for
like,
free.
I just keep hearing about it.
You can pirate it for free. It's pretty easy or whatever. So I pirated it.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, something with piracy, because I my first one was a cracked one, and I played it like that, and I found out it was cheap, so I bought it.
Dude, we played that so much.
Full Sail is
That was
empty.
awesome. Oh man, I loved that shit.
I don't even
That game
remember
was so,
what-
and I remember I would sit there and mine because I thought like Redstone was like the best. I didn't know Redstone
remember
wasn't
being
that
at
good.
that
I remember I
level,
just
yeah.
sit there and mine. Like, Tanner's got in-game depression. Tanner's got in-game depression. There he goes. He just
Well, we were
mining.
always on the surface, like building things, and we were having
I'm not
fun
a
building
builder.
buildings and like gorgeous, like just all these things. And Tanner's just been like in the
Getting all the supplies, man.
and be like,
I was
"Where's
like, I was
Tanner? We
thinking
haven't
we'd
seen him in
need
an
it for some
hour and a
reason.
half, and we're wondering where the fuck he is." And he's just like, "I'm mining."
I was in a tunnel like dude, thousands of blocks away, just mining. And then I remember the first time I got struck by lava.
Struck by lava.
Dude, the
Ouch.
pain and agony of losing all your diamond and everything you have is just horrible. It was
Lava
so
just
bad.
shot out and struck you in the face.
Man, it was so bad. Minecraft was pretty awesome though.
See, I think for my first like 10 hours of that game, I didn't even know you could mine down into the ground. I was
Really?
just looking around the whole map and like mining little grass blocks and shit and trying to build houses out of dirt. And then I would come across this little like pre-made cave and it would only be like 20 blocks deep and I would just mine horizontally.
Oh man,
But-
dude.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I
That
still
game
feel
was-
like if we all played together, like hardcore style on a local server, that game would still just completely whoop ass. You know, I feel like we'd play that still and enjoy it more than a lot of other games.
We need to do that and then have if you die, you die. You don't get to be in the next episode. You're dead. You don't get to come back. You can't on those hardcore servers.
No, you
just can't
can't.
come back.
And I think like
Well, we
team-based
could- we could
survival
if
on
they're
that shit
local.
is
Maybe
always.
we'd hack that shit. We'd be like, okay, we'll get you back, and we like mess with the code and
Yeah,
got it back.
yeah. I remember just playing with fucking like Keenan, and we'd spawn, and we could not find each other for the longest time. And it wouldn't matter. It'd be like, well, dude, I wish I could help you, but I don't know where the fuck you are. And like he's just dying constantly. He's like, I can't find you. And then I still have the big ass fucking server that we all played on with just
Good.
a
I'm glad you
huge
still have
fucking
that.
city. And then we basically made the Twin Cities a shitty version out in Las Vegas. We have the Las Vegas desert fucking city with the whole. I made a whole building for the UFC, and then like that one was just overcrowded. And Keenan and I wanted to make a more organized city, so we
Dude, there's so many swastikas.
yeah, Keenan went nuts with the swastikas. So
Oh my god, dude! I remember like the whole hockey stadium was just swastikas for no reason. He's
I
like,
remember that.
oh
I
my god,
remember
it's
that.
terrible. And we had. I was making my underground layer. I hollowed out this huge area under the water and built glass all around it. So
Yeah.
you can see. Oh my god, it's
oh well,
ridiculous.
dude. On top of that, like as you traveled out there, fucking Keenan had to go out and fucking make Auschwitz out in the winter. He fucking built
Dude,
a
I came back
prison.
to that not too long ago, and then I started following it. I was like, "What is this?" And there's all these people in cages.
Yeah, dude.
No.
He just created a
the
prison base
villagers.
with jail, like the iron bars, and then he just spawned a bunch of villagers in there. And there's like
Terrible.
lava pits and shit all over the place. It'd be like
Terrible.
ovens and
Chambers.
shit
Yeah,
all
he
over
made
the
gas
place.
chambers and everything. Terrible. The worst thing you could have done in that game. Like, how do you make that game a Hitler simulator?
It was straight up a Hitler's. Like he made a hockey arena and just put swastikas on it. Like, why are you doing that, dude?
He's like, here's the two things I like: Hitler and hockey.
I was all for it too, so I was like throwing up swastikas here and there too, so it didn't matter.
I was just mining.
Yeah.
I was blowing shit. Dude, the whole underground of that city is like hollowed out from me.
Yeah. Well, no, both of you guys were using TNT and blowing
Just
the whole
going
fucking shit up.
nuts with TNT.
But then there was a time when you were on the phone with your mom dumping lava all over the goddamn place and we couldn't talk to you. And then you finally got off the phone and we're like, dude, the server is fucking lagging. And you're just like, oh. I'm
yeah,
like,
because what I was trying to do, I was trying to put lava on the side of my building. On my
there was
level
a
up
time when you were
building.
just dumping it all over the place, though, and we couldn't figure out what the fuck it was. And you were,
Oh, that's right. I was out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, you were out in the middle of nowhere. You had to go back and find it and like stop it so we could fucking play the game because there was so
Oh
much
my
lava animation we could not play.
Dude, we'd throw invisibility potions and start like hitting each other. Shit.
Yeah.
I finally got my house built on the side of this mountain. Like, that was a pretty rad city. I'm glad we still have that somewhere.
Yeah, it is on the flash drive that I'm actually sitting on. It's right there. So, cool.
Dude,
All right, let's go back to the itinerary. Games suck.
Way off topic.
No, we're
Oh, good.
stories and memories. We kind of branched off from PlayStation, so I feel like that was a good talk. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, whatever. Games suck. Broken games.
Yes.
Tanner, did you write the article on that on our website?
broken games. Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck is this? Wait, we got a quick video that someone sent us. Tan Man. Oh,
Yes,
of
this
course.
is great.
All right.
Why?
Give me 1 second. Let me load this up.
This is
I'm
me in high
excited for
school.
this.
This is me in high school with the twins who helped make our logo. They were really into After Effects at the time.
Yeah, you showed me every one of these.
Yes, I have.
Amazing. Thank you for that, weirdo.
Why?
Glad we could waste every viewer's time with that. All two of you.
And one of them posted it.
Anyways, Tanner.
Yeah. I wrote the article saying that I think games are being announced and released too early, but they're being released too
No,
early.
you had a
because
messenger. You had a message to developers, and that was slow down.
Yeah, to slow down because you're
Right.
announcing them too early or releasing them too early. And I didn't necessarily blame developers outright. I blamed more publishers because of that. It's a grab, and they're saying, "Hey, you need to get this out." We already said, E3 came around. We wanted to show it because we had nothing else to show. We had to show the game, and now we promised it fall of 2014 or whatever. So now you got to get it out at that time. And they're probably sitting there going, "Yeah, I don't think that's possible," but they're like, "Well, we don't care, make it happen for $0 more."
I feel like.
And
Oh, go
yeah.
ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, and that causes the games to be buggy and shit because of it. Because almost every single game that's come out this year for the next gen consoles has had either a huge update on day one, which isn't a problem, but is lazy, in my opinion.
Well,
think that
for
that game
example,
should be-
what was that racing game that came out and it was just unplayable?
Drive Club.
Drive Club.
Drive Club. Yeah.
We still can't play it, dude. It's still
You still
broken
can't
to
play
this
it.
day. That's supposed to come out in what, October?
Of last year, and
Months
then they
after release.
Dude, that was supposed to, yeah. Originally, it's supposed to come out a year ago, over a year ago now. Then they pushed it 1 year. Then it comes out in October, and people can't play it. We're still supposed to get that game for free at some point.
Right.
Dude, it
I
has
mean,
to
that
be.
developer is fucked, dude.
It has
they
to
will
be a
never
budget
get to-
issue, right? It has to be.
Oh man, dude, that's a first-party developer. Like they have to be able to make a game for a decent price, especially when Sony's like, "We're promising this game at launch." Okay, we don't. So we give you more money to finish it. And then we're promising it for free to all our PS Plus subscribers, which is pretty much everyone has a PlayStation because everyone is online. Basically, I bet at least.
I really hope years from now we get a whole inside story on that. Somebody goes out of their
We
way.
won't.
You know,
Never hear that.
you never know. You never know. It, like interviews them and be like, "What was the issue? Why was there a time when so many games were
Just-
like,
What happened?
yeah, like what the fuck happened? Like what? Why was Drive Club like the, when you think about games that are delayed and broken, you think of Drive Club, and then you think of like Grand Theft Auto was delayed too, but that is kind of forgiving. But still, that's another game you can add to the list. I mean, Destiny feels like it took forever, and then it wasn't even quite up to par. And
It plays. At least it plays well.
it does play
but-
well.
It was just that they marketed it completely different than what it was.
Yeah, especially with the whole. You should never drop the word MMO
Yeah.
unless you're even remotely an MMO. There is nothing MMO about Destiny at all,
No.
and it is just stupid. I don't know. I don't like Destiny anymore. Last night, that's because we haven't played it in a month. I'm sure I'll like it if we play it more. But yeah, dude. I mean, there was like zero story, which I can live with because I don't played single player that much anyway. How many hours have we poured into multiplayer over single player anyway? That's not my big gripe, but it's
Yeah.
kind of. I like at least a shitty story. I played Call of Duty
Well,
Advanced Warfare
it's-
story. It's not that great.
It's just disappointing because Bungie had such a hit with Halo, and that story was like incredible. And then they
Halo's
come out
one of
with
my
their next,
favorite stories of any
Yeah,
video
then
game. Hell, I'm
They
reading.
come out with
I
their
read a
next
book.
big franchise, and it just didn't have anything for a story. It was like, hey, go to this website and read about it. But this game is
That
just
was the
shoot
biggest
things.
slap in the face.
Even
Here's
fuck
some
the story. It
go
was so
read.
like the story could have been shit too, but like it was so fucking
But it could have been a
short.
story.
Everything was so short with the game. You can level cap like within a week, within a day if you're fucking Call of
Within,
Duty style.
Yeah, like a day or two. Took us like 2 days, wasn't
The
it?
story is like just boring, and you can't skip shit in it.
And
it's
yeah,
just
it was
short
just the
overall.
same thing.
Yeah,
It was just go to this point, put Peter Dinklage in his little computer system, and then shoot a bunch of enemies.
that's
That's
one of those
all it
games
was.
that I wish like old school style came to me on a disc from Pizza Hut for a demo, and I played it over and over again because I was the happiest ever playing that game just on the demo.
Dude, when we
And
played the demo,
Yeah.
I bought my PS4 solely on that demo, basically.
Good.
Like, I was gonna get one sometime.
I wouldn't go as
but-
far as to say though. You said you hated the game, and I hate the word hate.
I know.
It's
I mean,
so
I
extreme.
don't
It's-
hate it. It's still entertaining, but it is not anything like my expectations. And that's not my fault. That is Bungie's fault. I try not to like get any expectations for a game anymore because I know it's gonna not live up to what I want it to be because that's really unrealistic. But
I feel like I've developed unrealistic expectations for any game. I don't know why I'm
I
expecting
know, and
so
that's why
high
I
of
try
it
not
for.
to. Yeah, I try not to even
It's
think
because
about
of
them
the
anymore.
delays. I think it's because of the delays.
I think it's oversaturation and delays. I'm getting fucked from every single end, every single fucking hole that I have in my body. It's like, well, I have Steam and I'm gonna buy all these fucking games, and then I'm waiting for the greatest game ever to come out at the same time. When it comes out, it's not that great, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna not even play it, even if it was for that
It's-
long
yeah.
anyway. Because I'm gonna buy fucking, the ship and play that and have a great time.
It's like a drug, dude. It's literally just like cocaine. It's like I just got to get a hit now,
It's not
but I'm waiting for a
Well,
way better high.
because you do
But the
cocaine
high
over and
never
over
comes.
again.
Yeah,
I'm not fucking doing cocaine over and over again. Destiny's fucking beta was cocaine because I just wanted to play that over and over again.
that was fucking cocaine.
Right.
That was so much cocaine, dude. The best part of it was with the mystery. Like we're playing it, like I can't wait till this game comes out. There's gonna be so much stuff. Like we're only getting
I
a
wonder what the
taste.
story's gonna be like.
We're only getting a
Yeah.
taste of what this is. This is so great. We actually were playing like a third of the game.
I was so confused with the story. I did not get it right away. So, like, I didn't even bother to read anything about all the articles being like, understand Destiny's story. It's like, well, I played the game. I should understand it. But I just felt like
At
I
least
talked to a
vaguely.
toaster like half the time and some fucking ghost.
See, I still haven't read anything about the grimoire cards or anything.
Oh,
you're supposed
I've
to
read many of those on the pot, and I still
I-
don't know what's happening. They're all like, "There I was in the wilderness with my ghost. We grabbed my shotgun and I killed Grimoire. He is a deadly monster, and then he died." And,
I don't-
and
See-
that's the legend of this shotgun. What?
See, it's
What
like
the fuck?
if you put it in a fucking comic book or something. If you're gonna do that, like
That'd be
don't.
balling, dude. To fucking make Dark Horse comics, make a fucking Destiny game, or make a comic with
See, it would
all
be
of the whole story.
it would be a good comic, but it like just as a game, it's just a shell. Like
I thought
you know,
the
there's
whole
no
cards
fucking
thing
story.
was just stupid right off the bat. Nobody wants to get. First of all, I think games need to quit fucking, going out of their way to create a whole web browser experience that you have to log
I should
into
never have to leave my game.
and do all this bullshit with and sign up for this and then hey, go online and fucking
I'll
do
be right
this and
back.
that. I think it's just silly. I think right off the bat you should quit making me sign up for everything. God damn it! Like just
That shit's
I don't
so
want to read. I don't
annoying.
want to read your shitty cards. I don't want to read your comic book. I want to play your fucking game. Quit making me leave my game and go do something else. I think for a build up, it's great. They had the whole Google Maps thing and it was groundbreaking.
That was awesome.
and it
That
was a
shit
great gimmick.
Genius, dude.
Yeah. It's all great for the build up. Give me a comic book when I pre-order or something and everyone else can lose out. But once the game comes out, let me just fucking focus on the game and quit giving me a bunch of shit to do on the side that I don't want to do. Even fucking Grand Theft Auto came out with the iFruit app that worked only on Apple and then it only worked
I
on
hated that.
a handful of Android phones. And it's just like, well, I do want to do that, but I don't give a shit really at the end
I
of the
want
day.
to level up Chomp, but not through my phone.
Yeah, like
Hopper's my bitch.
I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to change the license plate on my fucking car only through an app. So now the only
On
reason why
my
I don't have a
phone.
yeah, I don't. The only reason why I don't have a customized license plate is because I couldn't download the app for the longest time, and now I'm not going to do it now. And I'm pretty sure it's not even available on Android. Still, is it even available? Is iFruit available
I
on fucking
wouldn't
Android?
know, man.
I was never able to find it before the game came out, and then I just had no interest to find it after it came out.
And on top of that, there was a ton of fucking what do they call it, like scam softwares, you know,
Yeah.
that you
This
couldn't
is
even
the
find it
official
anyway.
iFruit app.
Yeah,
It was just a fucking advertisement.
yeah. So it was silly. I think it was. I just can't stand
Yeah,
that.
that shit
Focus
has
on
to
your
stop.
fucking game and get it out. The story, I think, is another debate. As far as like the whole broken games thing, I think there's two things. It's like, well, I think developers are having troubles figuring out, well, everybody only plays online, you know, competitively. That's the big thing. And second
Yeah.
is, do we even have the technology to be able to handle the surge of players that want to play? Because it doesn't seem like it.
And that's what I've listened to some other people's input on why games are broken, and they're talking about mainly it's a lot of the online stuff. And they've talked to developers, and developers say they're like, we can't test that. They're like, we cannot test. We've had our game go through. They can test the shit, but they're like, we cannot test what it's like to have 300,000 people download our game at the same time. We cannot test what it's like for suddenly 0 to 300,000 to 500,000 people log onto our server and hit it as hard as they can. Also, searching matchmaking, we can't test that stuff.
I think
But
that's
the
bullshit.
answer to that is a beta.
Well,
That's what a beta is.
on top
That's
of
what
that,
the
how many
point is.
times has this already happened? How can you not establish a statistic based on other games and be like, well, what's our revenue for pre-orders right now? How many people are we estimating is going to hit us once the game comes out? This amount. Well, what can we expect? Well, this other game that came out that was popular, Call of Duty, whatever, we were pinged at this, you know, this is the amount of bandwidth, you know, all these kind of stats.
But
When
still,
all-
I don't know. What do you do to prepare for that, though?
I don't know, but they said they weren't able to prepare for it. That's how you prepare, but what you do about it when it comes is a different story. If they're complaining
They
about,
might
well,
have
we had
known
no
the
way
storm
of
was coming,
knowing,
though.
it's like, well, I find that bullshit. This is how many people buy your game. This is what's
I
happened
bet
before.
I bet they
and
well knew.
there's
shit was
statistics
coming.
and they know it.
But they couldn't do anything.
They know which guy fucking downloaded it, which fucking version they
As-
got, and where they live, and everything. They can figure it out.
As for Master
I feel
Chief
like the
Collection,
technology is just probably behind. That's what I'm figuring.
I don't know, man. It has to do with server tech and how people work online in this whole cloud system of how we're pulling processing power from the cloud rather than our consoles,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and which is a great idea in theory, but I don't know if people have the bandwidth to do it or they have the server power to do it. And I don't know enough about the technology to actually
Well, none
answer
of us
that.
do. I was just.
But I don't know.
speculating.
But the
Right.
Master Chief Collection I've played twice because it's unplayable.
And that's basically why you bought your Xbox too, was for
And
that.
that's
At least,
lot of
Right.
why
at
I
least
bought it.
Destiny was able to manage a fucking solid foundation and
No
enjoy
shit.
that, and you got your money's worth out of PS4. But I mean, you're not the only one out there that's just like, bought an Xbox One. I'm gonna deal with all the shit, play all the shitty games until fucking Halo comes out, and they fucking fail miserably too. On top of that,
terrible, dude. And they're
Yeah.
still fixing it. Like today, a patch came out that supposedly made it faster.
and once again, kudos to Grand Theft Auto. Like, they still have issues here and there, and I still get kicked here and there, but it's not as bad as it was. Like, for 2 weeks, that's it. Short amount of time, but it's fixed for the most part.
They fixed it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have in the past.
And I didn't even
expected
have that
them
many
to.
problems anyway. It was kind of broken. That one night I got a little frustrated with it, but for that, I've played it pretty consistently. What we've played, we're fine.
Yeah.
Right.
We just had a little chunk of where it really fucked up. But it's fixed. Like the next time I play it, which I haven't played it since, next time I play it, it's fixed already. Whereas Master Chief Collection, I can't say it will be, and that sucks because I really want to play that game. But I'm also
Sure.
noticing, like, I don't even know if I like coming back to games, all these remakes and stuff. I played Halo. It might be just that I'm not used to it, but like I'm used to Call of Duty. But Halo feels wrong, like not having sprint and some of that stuff. So I'm playing some of Halo 2. I'm like, this sucks.
You know what's shitty too for you is like, or for anyone, like when that game comes out and you're so ready to play it and it's broken, you're competing in a market with games coming out all the time. And especially for us three, we are fucking gaming on every, well, actually for
Yeah.
you two mostly. You have Xbox, you have PS4, but I mean PC is enough for fucking, that's enough for me
more
too,
for
because
one person.
I can nearly get most games that come out on Xbox on my PC if I really want to.
Right.
But on top of that, like, well, here's Halo. I've been waiting for this game forever. It's broken. It's been broken for how long now? Who cares?
Fun.
It doesn't matter. You're competing with games that you already bought. How many? 3 games on top of that. That's gonna occupy your time.
Yeah, I've already bought.
Now you have to find time to go back to the game that you're
sale in that time, and like
the momentum's lost. So now you're gonna go back to that game. Maybe you'll get into it. Yeah, there's a possibility, but there's a point when you built up this whole time to release a game. Here it is. You want to get your customer in. They want to get them involved to play the game. You missed it. What was people's favorite thing about Halo was playing with your buddies not online, maybe like together and fucking enjoying it.
Yeah, regardless, playing with your buddies. Now it's online, but yes, playing with your buddies happens to be online now, and now I can't play with my buddies.
Yeah, it's fucked. That moment is gone. You fucked it up, and now people are playing other things.
Halo was like the birth of LAN parties.
It was.
And
big time.
God, dude, it sucks so bad that I don't even want to go back now because I'm just like,
yeah. Now it's just like stressful.
Is it gonna work? That's what I think every time I even think about plugging in. I'm like, or should I just play something that I know is gonna work right now so I can actually fucking use my
or can I play
of
this
game
new
time
game
to play?
That's gonna be more fun,
Yeah.
Fucking, we had an awesome
I have
time
Sunset
playing.
Overdrive to play that everyone says is awesome, and I barely got to touch it. So
You know what's hilarious? You had more fun fucking playing the ship than you did fucking Master Chief Collection. That's a fact.
Way more fun.
That's a fact, and it's sad.
Literally 500%.
That was a
more
game
fun.
from 2006.
It's
Dude,
sad.
it's garbage. It's a garbage game. It's great.
10-year-old game. And
Dude,
it's
that is
fucking
like
awesome.
that's like the new GoldenEye. Like that is a shitty version of GoldenEye.
It is.
for
It's fucking great,
2007.
and it's got the loot
It's
aspect.
it's a weirdy cartoon version of GoldenEye, and it's fucking awesome. That game should not be as fun as it was, but it was really fun.
It's perfect too because it's like $5, and if you buy it, you have
You get
I think
2
it's like
free
5
games.
copies, 5
2
gift
more.
copies that you can give to your friends, and then once
Yeah.
you gift it to them,
They
they get
can
a
get
gift
one.
copy that they can pass it on too. And
Stupid.
it's
Like,
awesome.
that's a great strategy. But that's why Steam rules.
Yeah,
over-
exactly. They're competing.
Right, with game sharing and everything.
And I
That's
like
so
what
silly.
PS4 has done with its stream, its sharing now. Like that stuff's pretty fun.
Yeah,
But-
that's another thing I did want to talk about. Like when we were trying to play fucking Dear Speakeasy and Dear PS4 at the same time. Thank you, Speakeasy, for making a game that is exclusive to a. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to play it together, but is exclusively a LAN game, or well, not even local area. It's just co-op. It's
Exclusively
strictly
one
for
console.
anybody who has your controller to come over to your house and enjoy. Kyle, are you still there, by the way?
I'm still here.
Okay, your camera froze rather than cut out, so I didn't know if you were there. Or not. But
You'll probably
I might have
join us in a
just
second.
been sitting here listening intently.
yeah,
No, you
Speakeasy came out. It's strictly local, and PS4's fucking share play. It doesn't allow. I'm assuming it's the share play that doesn't allow for more than one controller to play the goddamn game. I feel like there should have been. It's a PS4 exclusive, and they didn't even like. Please have more than one friend play this. The fucking multiple people that need to play this, not just one or 2 people. There needs to be like 4 or 5 fucking playing King in the Hill, having a great time with that game.
Right.
I was so bummed with that. They need to fix that shit for sure. The share play is an awesome idea, though. It's a step forward for sure. I enjoy it, and it just it depends if your guys' connections are good.
All I know is I want to play Speakeasy with a person,
It's
not over internet.
yeah, for sure. Because
I
there's
don't
a
think there
lag
was
at
that much. There was a few major lags, but I'm thinking like millisecond lag because milliseconds fucking matter in that game.
that. It does.
I
It
might have
totally does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be why you rolled my ass, or you're just better. No, there's
Yeah,
a
there's
lot of
times when you're getting me.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of times where you were just outsmarting me. That game was rock paper scissors. Is all
When
it
you're
is.
able to hit me, well, that's the first time you played that
That's
game
exactly
too. That was
what
the
it
second
is.
time I played it. Yeah, it is.
Oh man, that game
That's
was
what they
crazy though.
marketed it as.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's and it's fast, and we can be done with it and pass the controller.
Yeah.
Essentially, like that's the best part about it. Not like I don't know. You can we'll make a great drinking game out of that one night.
Yeah, of course. I just love their idea. I love the take. It's simple. It's cheap. It's fun. It's local. They don't have to do. I mean, they might release a patch here and there to maybe fix something, but mostly it's just going to
But
be
it
additional
plays.
content. Yeah, it plays great too,
and it plays well.
and it's
Have
a
you had
simple
problem
idea.
with it?
I haven't. I've only played it with Haley, and then I played it with you guys, and I have not because I can't really play it, unless
Right,
I have
right.
people around. And Haley only wants to play it so many times.
Well,
you know.
yeah.
But if it's like all of us together and we're just trying to it's a great thing. It's so much fun. It's competitive and you can totally have fun with it for like a drinking game style thing. So kudos to Speakeasy for sure. I thought that was
That's
awesome.
Cool.
Pretty good idea.
It's- yeah.
Moving on to the next
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah.
Let me games suck, broken games, Destiny, talk about your feelings, release in a safe environment. Esports. Why did some people say they aren't a real sport? Go ahead.
What is your guys' opinions on esport?
I think you should
It's been,
state
like-
your case and then we have our
Yep.
opinions.
So like I'm saying, esports should be so you should be able to see someone playing League of Legends or Smite or Call of Duty on 2 or whatever. Not maybe ESPN 1 major time, but some kind of ESPN.
Mhm.
It should be up there with the NFL, pro tennis, whatever like that. As these people should be respected as athlete, not athlete. I don't think athletes is the word because athlete means in my mind when I think of an athlete, I think of someone really lean and in shape.
Athletic.
Yeah. So that doesn't mean athletes, but they are they are professionals. Is I guess the word. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that no, gaming is not a sport, but by definition, sports, electronic, gaming competitively is a sport because you're competing against other
Is it a
teams.
competition or is it a sport?
It is a sport.
Okay, here's how we can solve this. I think we have to define the word sport, and I've heard this somewhere else. Maybe it was with Joe Rogan, but they were talking about NASCAR, and is it a sport? And I think you have to look it up. I mean, is it
Now,
real?
and that would sit in the same boat in my mind as
Well, let's just look it up real quick.
sports, by definition, usually competitive physical
An activity involving physical exertion. Okay, so is sitting on your ass and you moving your fingers physical exertion?
Want to be shitty about it?
If
Yes,
you want to be
but-
shitty
but
about it,
no. But no.
no. Why do people want to call it a sport then? Is that even a good term for it?
I think so because it's
I don't
still,
think so.
A lot of it's what do you just want to say competition.
Yeah, sure. What's wrong with that?
Hey,
Well,
it's not as trendy. But esports sounds good.
Well, whether
But-
it's trendy or not,
But,
whether
yeah,
it's
that's
true or
neither
not, is
here nor there. But I think it's a sport because it's a competitive, usually team based. It's not just 1v1, but either way, a one man team can be a team versus a team competing to win for a prize of money, which is what the NFL is. They're competing for money.
I won't say that it
Or a
could be on the
title.
level of NFL or anything. I think this argument's stupid. First of all, you're talking about is it a sport or not? Duh, it is a sport to a certain degree. Is it defined in the same way that NFL is? No.
No,
But
and,
it can be
and
on
I
the
don't
same-
think it should be.
Is it on the same level? Yes, it can be because it's competitive gaming. It's competitive. It's competitive between this team or that team. It's competitive between you
Right.
and me. It can be.
Skill based.
It's skill based.
Yes, it's a skill, a skill
But
based.
when you say
activity.
sport, and this is where the argument comes from, people are like, "Well, NASCAR's not a sport." No, it's quite not a sport. Neither is gaming. It's not sport in the definition that we've come to understand it.
yeah.
When we think of sports, we
like
think
when
of fucking Michael Jordan and shit. It's stupid.
You
I
think
think
of
it's a dumb
you think
argument.
of physical activity, obviously.
Right.
Yes, so maybe
And I understand that argument.
So let's go to the thesaurus and find a different word for sport that's just as trendy sounding. Are we just looking for one fucking syllable or what? Like, I just don't get it. Sport's a stupid word. I think everybody will always be like, it's not a sport. You ain't doing shit. And be all fucking white knuckle thorough right about it. And just fucking, you know.
My main peeve with it is that they think because they're not running a fucking mile or running a triathlon that it shouldn't be validated, is what my biggest problem is with it. They think that since you're not being active and sweating and physically exertion, there's no physical exertion, that it should not be counted. It should not be respected as very skilled because you can't make the hoop, you can't throw you can't kick a field goal.
Is chess a sport?
Fuck yeah, it's a sport.
Is it?
In my mind, I mean, I
wouldn't ever use the word sport though. I would never use that word, even when I was saying it. I wouldn't. Do I respect it as much as a sport? Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about
either
of them at the same rate. So, but it's still like a very high skill thing that I could not do, and it's a competitive thing. Is it a sport? I think that depends on your personal opinion on how you want to define sport. I saw it was a physical exertion and a skill against someone else. That's what a sport is to me. That's how I respect it. Gaming is a competitive game.
Allowed on
it's
ESPN,
a fucking game. It in the word.
Do you think it should be allowed on ESPN then? Yeah?
Yes. Absolutely.
Some people are saying it shouldn't. With the argument being it's not a sport.
I think that's up to the broadcaster. If they want to define it as a sport on their network, then they can do that. That is up to them. I do not care. It could be on Fox Sports. It could be on Fox. It could be anywhere. The word sport is what people are unhappy with. I think it's silly. Yes, it does require the same amount of skill on a different plane. I think it's just everyone's arguing over this jumbled word called sport, and it's stupid. I think anybody who thinks that gaming isn't a skill-based thing is kind of stupid.
It was very stupid.
I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't think the argument is it a sport or not. I think it is, do we respect it as much as an athletic endeavor?
And that's like NFL. And that's mainly what I'm getting at, but I didn't even know that's what I was getting at. So that's cool. I didn't know that's how I was
it makes the argument way more complicated, but that's really what it is.
It is a complicated argument because you can't define.
Well, everybody wants to sum it down to one stupid fucking thing, and that's silly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree. That makes sense, though.
It's fact. It's fiction. No, it's in between.
Well, it's like almost trying to invent a whole new kind of sport. I mean, it's like you grow up playing fucking baseball and you've never heard of football before, and then you watch football and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then you come, you know everything, all these physical activities, and then someone says, well, video gaming can be a sport too. Like, watch this.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, like, this is fucking weird too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I don't know.
I just think everybody who's ever had an argument is always just saying the same goddamn thing. Well, you're fucking, these guys are going out and sweating, and they've spent their whole life developing a physical skill, rather than gaming is just like a mental based kind of thing. And that's it. And that's really all I hear. And they just never quite make the connection that, well, what's the definition of a sport then? Yeah. Is it only physical based, or can we make it a mental or physical skill that is that one competes against, for whatever? There's a gray area. Yeah.
There is.
It's really tough to say.
It depends on how you define sport. If you think it is mental and physical, then yes. If it's, maybe they should make a word called spart. And spart is not a sport, but And
Bart.
Yeah, Spart. Spart is the mental aspect of sport. Sport is the physical aspect.
Oh my
There you
God.
go.
Solved it. We solved the riddle.
There you go,
Perfect.
people. If you are running in track, it is a sport. If you are playing Halo competitively, it is a Spart. Thank you.
It's a Spart.
Hey,
Spartans.
solving one
Spartans.
problem at a time here on scoundrelgaming.com. Thank you.
You're playing Sparts with Spartans.
P-Sparts.
On the subtopic, people are making a living off of these. Smite prize pool 1.4 million.
Yep.
So you're just saying
That'll
that
be in January.
it was obviously on not Smite, but there was obviously gaming on ESPN, fucking entertainment,
Legends.
sports, blah blah blah. Does it deserve to be on there? I think that's all in the numbers. Does it draw a crowd? Oh, I don't know. Let's look at Twitch. Why do you think they put it on there? Is it competitive? Yup. So they're gonna put it on there because it draws the numbers. It's gonna make them money. If it didn't, they would not.
There's
They'd
only
disregard it.
73,000 people watching League of Legends right now. I don't think it should be on there.
There we go.
But in TV terms, that sucks. That sucks. But that goes into a whole other argument of
Well, you're
think
looking at it
TVs
right
are
now.
hooked
You're
up.
not on primetime TV.
right. That's what I mean. Look, we're
On a
we'll look
Wednesday
at
at
the
9:48
demographic.
p.m. PM.
Game.
Look at the demographic too. Of not everyone is on Twitch TV. Everyone is on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone can change the channel. Not everyone's changing the web browser to Twitch TV. So that's a whole different argument, and that's a demographic issue.
Did we talk
But-
about the best controller, by the way?
No, we didn't.
Let's go
No.
back to that.
Yeah. What is your guys' favorite?
Man. Going back to the GameCube, when that first came out, I loved that controller. That, like, just the feel
Big
of the
controller.
triggers, it curved perfectly around your fingers, and I had kind of big hands, so it felt, I don't know, it was really comfortable, and all the buttons were pretty well spaced out. But then I finally broke down and got an Xbox 360, and I think that might have to be my favorite one. I mean, yeah, you can
Yeah.
say.
Oh
it has,
shit! Sorry. Go ahead.
He could have gotten away with that too. He had to just yell
Jesus,
shit.
just had to
Sorry.
blow it up.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So we have one for Xbox 360. So what do you think?
What was Kyle's?
Xbox 360.
What was yours?
I haven't said it yet.
What was mine? What was yours?
Mine is PlayStation 4. I think PlayStation 4 is the best controller. I think it made all the right corrections, but I have one gripe. But then again, I have one gripe or more with all
About
the other
everything.
controllers. But with this one, I think the analog sticks are either angled weird or they're just a bit too high. But other than that, great controller. My favorite one.
I really
Sick.
love the PS4 controllers. They are so much better than DualShock 3.
They are.
Oh,
Yeah.
so much better. DualShock 3 fucking give me a cramp every time I use them.
Well, DualShock 1 versus DualShock 3 is the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the same
PS4
fucking
is
thing.
just completely revamped.
Fucking garbage.
You know
dude.
what?
Yeah,
I feel like
PS4
DualShock
ones-
2 was built a little bit strong. It felt heavier than
It was. Well,
the
it had
PS3
better
ones.
vibration in it too. That was. part of
These have
heavy.
the weight back to them, and I feel like the build quality is much better. But is that your favorite controller? Yours has to be
No,
Xbox 360.
No, it's not. It is Xbox 360. I actually am starting to really hate the Xbox One.
didn't
My
like it.
Xbox Day One controller it came out of the box kind of broken.
Oh
It is
my
not
God.
really snapped together totally. So that kind of.
Did you even
impacts
tell
that.
them? You should have said something. Maybe got a different one.
I know. I didn't notice it till like way later, and I was like, fuck it, whatever. And then my new one, I'm pretty sure I did not spill anything on it, but buttons are sticky.
Mhm.
But I haven't even had that second one near anything that would spill. So I don't know. And it's only the X in the middle button. And they're really sticky. You cannot get it, you cannot clean it like
Mhm.
that. You cannot get to them very well. Even if you take it apart, I look at it, take it apart, and they're like, you still can't clean the buttons that well, and blah, blah, blah. So it's got to be Xbox 360. I still have troubles with the Xbox One controller. It feels really good, but the build quality is kind of shitty.
Mhm.
The plastic is not as good as Xbox 360.
It's not, and I totally
Oh,
agree. And Xbox
thinner.
360, yeah.
It's
Xbox
way
360 was solid.
I
Xbox
agree.
360's controllers are fucking great. I had mine for like 3 or 4 years, and I wore the sticks down. That's the only reason I had to get rid of that one.
I have
'Cause my
one
sticks were just gum.
enormous gripe that killed it for me though. I hate
Was
the
it
fucking
D-pad.
no, not the D-pad. Well, that was kind of an issue, but I didn't
D-pad
hate it
was
as much
shitty.
as the fucking jammy buttons. I hated these
Really?
buttons. I can't stand how they were rounded. I hate it.
loved it.
I fucking hate it. They hurt. They got all
I kinda-
slippery and
yeah.
slimy. I like the flat. I like to
They
smash.
do get
them.
a little slimy.
They did
I
kind of
will.
hurt.
I will admit
I
that
can
because
see.
they are really glossy.
And
so
I-
they'll get if you give greasy fingers at
They
all.
didn't
they'll
feel
look like,
good to
"Wah."
me. I like flat buttons. They're a button. They're not supposed to be a rounded weird thing that I couldn't. That's what I thought, and that's what I still think. I just and it solidified it when I was playing UFC when I had to smash buttons to like go get a submission or something, and I just
Yeah.
it hurt and it sucked and I didn't like it and I just thought they looked silly too. I just thought these flat things are a very simplified design. It's like minimalist at its very beginning when they were trying to make this weird 3D fucking looking thing, and I didn't like that as far as the design standpoint either. I had 2 gripes about it. I don't know. That's my opinion. Otherwise, Xbox 360 was baller. But for years, everything was flat buttons. That's what I like, and that's what I'm sticking with.
The reason I like the Xbox 360 buttons are because I do a lot of sliding.
Yeah, that's true
My
too.
fingers?
So
I
you can
don't-
kind of roll off.
I can't roll as good on the PlayStation controllers because it
Yeah.
has that ridge and it goes thunk,
Yeah.
and I have that thump. And
course.
that's just my
I'm
fingers.
sure that's what they were thinking about too.
It
yeah.
probably was, and that's a great reason. They are a little
Yeah.
glossy though. They could have been a little more matte.
I feel like a mat would have been beneficial.
That'd have been nice because then you
Yeah.
could grip a little bit better. Well, at one point I actually got some grippy things for my joysticks, like some little heads.
People
With,
always
like,
say
the
those are
rubber head.
baller as shit too.
Dude,
The
that
grips.
was the fucking shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually order some for my new controllers because
Yeah, Kentros
Dude,
Gaming
those-
says Xbox 360 hands down, and I feel like that's what a lot of people
Yeah,
would say. And
that's
before
pretty much the
PS4 came
majority.
out, I would totally agree because, and that's what I said before.
Yeah.
Xbox 360, how can you beat it? It's got the weight to it. Weight is a big important factor for me. I don't know about you guys, but I need some weight
Yep.
to my. And PS3
Gotta be
did not
solid.
have that at
see,
all.
the Xbox 360 had some weight, whereas the Xbox Ones are a lot lighter.
Yeah.
lot lighter. And I
Yeah.
don't like that.
I agree, and that's what I said right away when he got it. I'm like, this
Fucking
is wider, and it
sucks, dude.
feels fucking like the middle part is all like not. Doesn't it have kind of like a flat surface like in between here and here, where your
Yeah.
fingers kind of don't get to grip around quite like this. They're more
Yeah,
like
it's just
flat
kinda
like
weird.
behind here. I don't know. I remember just
It just
being
doesn't feel
weirded
as
out
good,
by
man.
it.
Like it's just not in. But the only reason I don't the DualShock 4, if they move their joysticks like the Xbox Ones, or they moved them over the
Yeah.
left one.
Yeah,
That
that is
easily-
totally
easily-
personal
Yeah.
preference. I
Oh
just
my god, I get cramps from the
The-
PlayStation 4.
The
controller.
dueling thumbsticks versus
don't.
the.
I get
top and
cramps from
bottom.
being all being this way.
yeah, I can
Can't
see
do
that.
it, man.
I just
Fucking
don't-
hurts
I
after
don't
a
get
while.
that. The only thing
That's
I,
Well, I love the PS4 controller, but the round tops on the control sticks are kind of what gets it for me. Is
you know what's
'cause-
stupid though is like the control sticks used to be rounder in the PS3.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
So I thought
I
this
mean,
was better,
obviously
and
it
then I
was
still see
improved.
they have a fucking rounded. What are they trying to do? Why is this round in the right there? Your thumb doesn't
don't
have a
know.
dent in it, you fuckers. Like, come on. What is up with that?
I don't know, man. That's so
The-
weird.
Like playing for games where you like sprint for long periods of time,
It
or
hurts.
just quick movements, and your thumbs just slip all over these
Yeah.
round.
And then you're constantly
round
going back to
tops.
grip, and you're going back to grip, and your fucking thumb starts to shit out. It's stupid. I
Yeah,
can't stand that shit, man. It should just be flat. I like the little ridge on the outside, but why is it? It's like they
Just
kept the
like-
same analog stick and then threw this grippy fucking thing that they bought off the internet right over it.
yeah.
I like that you reference like this thing that they bought on the internet. The internet.
Yeah, that's what they searched for, I'm sure.
Like the internet grippy.
They
Another
just found
thing,
this company a Weird Grips, and it supplied their whole controller company.
weirdgrips.com.
Weird grip. I'm gonna look that up.
And we always said adding the triggered kind of style Xbox 360 to the PS4 controller is gonna be the moneymaker, and I agree.
That was great.
And they added the weight. I feel like the D-pad is killer, dude. I love the D-pad.
That's great.
The touch
D-pad's
thing in the
really
middle is stupid. This is retarded until they figure
That
out the
thing
reason.
gets fucking annoying, dude.
I don't
dumb.
like it either.
It's
I
dumb.
forget that it's there, and I hit start all the time. I'm like, start, you fucker,
It's-
start. And I'm
It's
like,
a giant
"Hit
button.
It's
the
one big
touchpad,
button,
dude."
and have you ever
It's
tried to
a
type with it? I'm like, oh, I'm going to use this all the time. I'm going to get used to it. Tried my best.
I
It
tried.
sucks.
I took my Apple
Doesn't work.
keyboard that I don't use anymore, hook it up to my PS4, and I type like I should
you?
anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And
I
it's,
ca-
it's
I
supposed
hate-
to be a touchpad, right?
Oh, you can type if you want to
you
like
can-
write messages. You can just slide your finger across, but it's so tedious because it's so small.
It is.
Yeah.
I did the arrow.
Yeah,
thing
no
for a while,
surface
where, like
area.
the direction where you use the accelerometer in it,
hmm
and you like roll
Oh,
around.
I
Dude,
tried
I
doing
did that
that
for a
too.
while, and that was like, yeah, fuck
It's
this
like a
shit.
laser pointer with your controller. You have to point it right at your certain levels.
I feel like
Sucked.
they have this
Sucks.
kind of this area in the front of it where it curves, and is this touchable? Like, I wonder if this is like still touch screenable. But I feel like they should develop a game where I slide it down my leg, and that's like the addition. Like, oh, I gotta change gears, and then slide it.
Oh, dude.
That is not a serious thing.
What's
For
like the,
everyone
I don't think
that
I've
might
ever seen a
explode.
game where they've integrated the touch part of it.
Well, they kind of abandoned that shit
I've
because they know it's fucking stupid.
It's just a huge fucking
It
square
has to
button.
be
Vita.
super
They've
simple. It
abandoned
has to be
all the
super
Vita
simple.
Games, all the Vita games that had that shit, no one bought. They abandoned it. No Vita game ever fucking uses that thing anymore. They're like, this is stupid. No one wants it.
hmm
Fucking retarded. I really want a Vita, but I just can't justify the purchase because there's no fucking reason to buy that thing. There's nothing good for that.
All right, so we touched upon those controllers, but we definitely have to go down a list
Yeah.
at least. What is the second best controller? And this is where it's gonna, I think, really get crazy. Because it's gonna be
Second
Xbox
best?
360. It's gonna be PS4. What is the next one that is the second best controller? And I have a feeling.
It's
I think we should
PS4
all
for
write
me.
down on a piece of paper like what what we think we're gonna guess. But I have a feeling. Go ahead.
Oh, it's PS4 for me.
No, well, disregard those two. Let's go away.
Oh, so okay. so
Let's
it's not Xbox
disregard those
360,
two. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
What is the second best controller to those two?
Second best for me, GameCube. Right away.
Damn, nice.
That is a great controller. It's obviously not PS1 or PS2. This is fucking shit.
PS1 sucked.
God, that thing was really bad.
They added
Yeah.
handles to the no, not PS3. It's way too small.
Definitely not the Wii controller. Because that thing, dude, I bought. So I don't know if you guys know, but I bought a Wii at one point. And
I had a
sold
Wii
it.
at one point.
I sold that motherfucker so fast. I couldn't get it anywhere. I finally got one because it was out of stock, and I finally got it, and I had like Mario Party and shit. Leave that shit alone. I was really good at Wii bowling. I could bowl like perfect games and shit. Fucking crazy. And I was like, this thing fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So I got rid of it. I wanted to buy it for like $80, so I sold it for $80 and like bought a 360 off that money.
Nice.
But that controller sucks. Dude, and PS1 and PS2 suck. So what other consoles are there? Nothing. So it pretty much has to be a GameCube.
Yeah.
All it can't. Xbox One, like Xbox OG, fucking controller was the most fucking monstrous, disgusting
That was
thing on the
like,
fucking
huge.
planet. That thing hurt your
Huge.
hand. You had to fucking manhandle that thing. If you had small hands, you could not play video games.
The whole basis
had-
behind Xbox though was trying to get the real gamer into there. So they were always trying to like. I feel like their approach, and I could totally be wrong, and I have no idea, but I just feel like they're trying to go for the whole like, they're trying to take the end, and rather than having, they
They
have
brought
those
the whole
huge,
fucking arcade.
they brought the whole
machine to
fucking
your
arcade
fucking
there,
hand.
and then they
The
realized.
whole entire thing. That thing was with the black and white buttons.
But gaming
Remember
wasn't
that shit?
gaming wasn't even projected into what it is now. Nobody would guess that they were gonna sit there for hours playing these goddamn motherfucking games until developers started going nuts, man. And I don't know.
Yeah, actually, speaking of it, going even farther back, the Sega, like Genesis, I want to say.
Yeah.
That was actually a pretty good controller.
That was you guys never asked me, but that was my pick. Sega Genesis was my second
All right.
favorite. Haley has one. I never grew up with one, but when I've been playing that, I thought right away this controller is actually pretty badass. It's larger
Yeah.
than the NES, SNES, and it fucking like but it's got that same style. And I always like the
Right.
Super Nintendo controller, but it's larger and it's got more girth to it. And the buttons are
I
big
gotta look
and,
this thing up.
and it's
It's got
black.
those-
It's badass
Oh,
looking.
That thing's so ugly.
It's ugly as fuck, but it's black and
It's like a shitty black-haired boomerang.
it fits.
Dude, okay, so
it curves
if
in
we're
your
going
hands
that
really
far
nice,
back,
though.
I guess I didn't think that far back. One of the actually better than the Sega Genesis was the Super Nintendo controller, in my opinion. Super Nintendo controller, but with the colored button. Oh no, not the
Oh, that's actually not
not
what
the
I was
color
thinking
button. Not the color buttons. You had to have
Can you send me a
you had
link
to
so
have
I
the-
can put it on the stream?
yes.
We're gonna go jump over to the browser edition of this.
This controller, I mastered Donkey Kong.
Dreamcast. That's what I was thinking
Dreamcast
of.
was that's what I was thinking of too. Oh, dude, Dreamcast was such a shit fucking.
I did not like that.
I didn't
Oh.
like the console, but I thought the controller was surprisingly good.
No,
Where-
dude, that thing is a spaceship. Look at that motherfucker.
It's a
dude.
spaceship, but it was
Look at that
it was easy
motherfucker.
to
That
hold.
is a
It felt good.
spaceship, dude. That thing is retarded. That looks like a Destiny ship.
It was good.
No, it wasn't. You're fucking
Send me a
stupid.
link of
What?
what was the controller you guys are just talking about? The Dreamcast one? There it is.
Yeah, I just sent you.
Dreamcast.
That thing is fucking retarded. What's with the sleep mode? Fucking random other controller.
Oh yeah, I
thing with
remember
it?
this.
What
I
is
do
that
remember
thing?
liking this, the analog stick, and
Fucking
I
retarded, dude.
remember not liking to grip it. It didn't have triggers in the back though,
Yeah.
The
it has
Dreamcast?
back-
Or
Yeah.
didn't it?
the Dreamcast had a trigger, I think.
Let's look it up.
It had something.
I'm pretty sure it had a shoulder button of some sort.
Yeah, it had some kind of like bump. Yeah, there it is. Still the best design. I can't believe fucking PlayStation never integrated that. You know, that was
The
obviously
trigger.
always the best thing ever.
Right.
Interesting controller. Would not count it as one of the better ones though. But I never played it for a long amount of time, so what can I really say? I mean,
Well, same here.
N64 I thought was an awesome controller. I still like that kind of design where you can have the middle part. The biggest gripe,
Well, yeah,
and you
it
guys
was-
will
it was
agree,
weird.
this analog stick made your fucking thumb bleed.
Yeah.
It
The
sucked.
triple like nib, the ridges.
Yeah, it sucked
circular
fucking
ridges.
ass, man. Oh, I hated that. But still one of my favorite controllers. That was my second favorite one. And I wrote down on my hand, I thought all you guys would definitely say N64 would be your second favorite.
I didn't even think of that actually.
I thought
love
for
that
sure it
one,
would
too.
be. That's what I wrote down. So, yeah. Damn. What was your
Just-
guys'
and then
second
some of the
favorite?
games where it like forced you to switch grips, switch your left hand grip sometimes.
Yeah.
Ah, man,
I gotta get Skype back up. There we go. Wait, where'd you
that
guys
was a good
go?
controller. I always had the glowy purple one.
Did I exit out of your guys' conversation?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Do I have to video call you guys? No, there it is. There you guys are. Hello.
hey,
Oh, Tanner
Tanner's
left.
gone.
Look at that.
he probably went to go get some soup.
Look at him running
He's-
around back there. He's like, I have to
Sliding
run while
around
the
in socks.
browser's up. I gotta run. Awesome. Okay, where's the itinerary?
What's your worst controller?
We should wrap this up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here in a sec.
Going on 2 hours here. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I've done podcasts for like 3.5 hours for the most
Yeah.
part, so I just keep
Pretty
going
easy
till
to do
the,
it.
the going gets rough. Worst
I suppose.
controller?
Let's go.
Nintendo, NES. I don't see. That controller sucked. It always sucked. I hated it as a kid, and I hate it now. I never liked it. Second worst would be PS1. Hated that. Didn't have analog sticks. When they added them, I wondered how I lived without them. Even when I didn't even use them in PS2, I still liked the weight that they added. I just hated the PS1 and the NES.
I
So
didn't
bad.
mind the NES. I think
Oh shit!
it just depended on your hand size, like the way your knuckles bent around the corners. I thought it kind of fit my hands pretty well.
I squeezed my controller so it hit my palms.
Yeah.
Not
Your
my
palms?
Yeah, smushed it in my hand, like the bottom part of my palm. I don't know how to explain it, but
See, I just always held it like it didn't even touch my palms.
I probably suck, but I hated it, so that's fine.